Hello and welcome to the Stretch Run Saturday Tampa Bay Derby and other stakes race show. We appreciate you all for joining. I've got my good friend here, Michael Oldham, the Oldie Capper, and the heavyweight champion of Twin Spires tournaments, who's been crapping out in the first couple of races, but doing very well in cash. Quickly, Matt, how did your tournament day go today? We got 4 minutes, and we're going to go to Aqueduct. Give us the rundown.
I'm going to go UFC on you and say I think I qualify for light heavyweight now, and I want that division rather than heavyweights. I'm kind of proud of that. Tournament was crazy, and I put it on Twitter as always. First two races set up fantastically well. I think there were just a lot of viable horses, so the payouts were all pretty attractive. And for a person that gravitates towards favorites, by the way, EquinEdge was very helpful in giving me my confidence to make my picks. I weighted my daily doubles according to my opinions and hit the first race really hard. I was alive in the tournament to two scores that would have still been in first right now if I didn't blow it after that. But with the size of what I was alive to, and I can get in more into the details later because I know we got a race to get to, I was able to afford betting some daily doubles on the outside of the tournament to the other logical threats and absolutely smashed it. So it was one of these times where I got paid handsomely to leave. I'm more than happy to be done. Yeah, there's some FOMO. I'm still watching the leaderboard, but as I said to you guys before the show, if I was still in this tournament, either one of these last two races could have been awful for me. So it's kind of a good feeling with the money in my pocket already, watching races go that I probably wouldn't have hit anyway. And it just makes me feel better about being done already.
All right. Oldie, you want to get us out to the big A here? We're going to go in 3 minutes. We've got a pretty schedule, everybody. We will be with you through the Tampa Bay Derby at 5:34 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, so race 4 at Tampa Stakes race. To me, Lottie Margaret looks like a solid favorite. I want to really like the horse that Katie's on, but has won its last two races by more than 10 lengths. Here, and both these horses are kind of moving up a little bit in terms of SOR, but I think the 7's going to sit the trip here with some of the just silly speed that's going to come early.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a little bit sore challenged here, 68 to 74. Not impossible, Oldie. Before the other one that's taking a bunch of money also has won the last three.
But also is 68 to 74, so making the same move. The 4 is beaten a lot of these. The new shooters are really the 7 and the 6 here. Army Gal and Lottie Margaret. And both are getting bet to, and if you look, the bottom side of this, the 1 and the 5, look cheap. So for me, I think that the lightly raced nature of both these horses, the 7 and the 6, will lead to horses that could improve here. I think we kind of know who the 4 is at this point. A nice horse, by the way, too.
Yeah.
But I just don't think is quite as good.
I mean, I'm going to just try a 7-6-4 cold try here, just as an entertainment wager, and see what happens.
I played a 7-1-3-4 double, and I'm also going to try to get a pick 4 in before they take off here.
Who's your double to in the next?
1-3-4.
1, 3, and 4.
I do not like the favorite, the 6 in the next leg.
Liberty Central.
1 for 14 lifetime.
And who is your double? Did you single a double in this?
Yeah, I'm single to the 7 in the double here.
Makes sense.
But I looked at the 6, Liberty Central, not in the top win percentages. It's 4th top win percentage, burnt a ton of money at this level for Patrick Be Nimble and Patrick Be Quick here. And I don't think this horse is going to be jumping over any candlesticks in a 1-turn mile here.
Yeah, makes sense.
1 mile is the distance, $125,000.
All right, Chris Griffin with the call out to Aqueduct. First race of the day.
We got quite a gang of usual suspects appearing in the chat. And Tony duly noted that you called out that 3-horse 2 separate times, and
In the road.
that's the reason I'm picking up my phone right now.
Birdie in the road goes in.
Chris Couples, welcome. Tony, always good to see you.
Army Gal, Jose Liscano.
You're not going to get 9-1, Tony.
Yeah, you will.
Oh,
Yeah, well, he's got 8-1 right now, 9-1 now.
Goes in. All set for the back.
the Matty May.
Speed from Birdie and the Rose in between horses. Lottie Margaret towards the outside, but here at the rail, that's Howling Wind, who's now been asserted. Howling Wind is in front.
Cheap speed.
The Rose is going to go right with this leader. These two hook up early. Army Gal is going to be 3 wide, and Lottie Margaret is stopping the pace setters 4 wide. Move out of the chute to hook up with the back stretch. The leader well off the rail is Howling Wind.
I'm on multiple apps and way behind you guys. I don't understand how far ahead you get.
We get races from the future.
Wisdom.
Unfortunately, it doesn't help us with the
I
battle.
was going to say, I do not understand your current line of work, if that's really.
Honestly, David has it the worst because we're like 5 minutes ahead of him.
He has to go like in the other room.
As they move into that far turn, 48.32 for a half mile time. Still at the back, here comes Boston's finest. Now, the trailer is Lady Wisdom. Howling Wind and Birdie and the Rose, and Birdie and the Rose is now putting those in front. Army Gal is watching from third.
Go away,
All
one.
in is Lottie Margaret. Even money favorite is trying to pick up the pace setters, but Lottie Margaret making hard work of it right now as they reach the top of the stretch. Howling Wind, the long shot to the
Oh,
inside.
looks like I'm wrong here.
One side
Yep.
is Birdie and the
But
Rose.
those two horses are gone.
Gets the cue and kicks on.
Unless the 7's going to suddenly.
Back towards the inside, no furlong left to go. Lottie Margaret is going to take the clear third. Birdie and the Rose is trying to pound away. Howling Wind, the stubborn long shot is second. Lottie Margaret is making a run.
And Katie, I should have trusted there.
The Rose in the Matty May. Birdie and the Rose. Back there for second. Look like Lottie Margaret to the outside of Howling Wind. And Army Gal finished fourth. 41.35. King it is. Birdie and the Rose.
The 6 was the dog there, Oldie.
Yep. The 1 hung on for a long time there, too.
It did. The 1 was supposed to go away. All right, let's see if what Fairgrounds is doing, if they're doing Fairgrounds things. They are. We can go out to Fairgrounds, Oldie, race number 2.
Race number 2. Let's see what Justin has here.
4-2-7.
4-2-7. Okay. I can see that for sure. 4 does look like it's going to set the trap.
The horses have reached the starting gate.
Maybe the 3, add the 3 in there in your try.
Looking for this 3-year-old sprint. James Brown with Thrilla in the turquoise.
I get nostalgic for John every time I hear it.
Our
Yeah,
favorite son,
sounds like home.
It's just such a
Casey Fuselaine, Mr. Wallbacker wended well.
guy.
Marcelo Mendoza Jr. with Carabasso. J-Ron Barbosa, here's pattern 2. Purple with the gold sleeves. At 6 furlongs. One more, Jose Calais with Allied Commander. Main track remains labeled good. For the seconds of the day from the Fairgrounds. Starter Jesse Sherwood looks across the line. They're all in.
All right, I'm trying a new app this time. Let's see if I can keep up with you guys.
And Thoroughbred shoot the nickel sharply away. Go to the inside, there's the Brittany Red. Go to the inside is Thrilla. Karen Basso. The red cap is green. Now moves on. It's Our Favorite Son. With Tara Flubering, Our Favorite Son has the early lead. Thrilla's in a tight spot, kept in by Karen Basso on the outside of Thrilla. Third joint second with Town 2 running in fourth. On the far outside, Mr. Woolbanger at fifth. After breaking on top.
Again, the horse on the lead.
Commander Trent.
Dip in the odds.
It's Our Favorite Son.
Yeah, well, silly late money on the one, too. The one was like 8-1 a minute ago.
I mean, this is.
Karen Basso third being
I don't want to get too negative, but this is beyond a trend at this point.
To the top of the stretch. Town 2 unwinds on the front side. Mr. Wallbanger, Shoot the Nickel, and Allied Commander has trailed. It's Our Favorite Son. Half mile in 44.60 seconds. 1 furlong to go. Thrilla now descends on Our Favorite Son. It's Thrilla slightly shifting off his line, but Thrilla has taken the lead from Our Favorite Son. Shoot Nickel third and running on. Town 2 will be fourth best with James Grant. Thrilla on top by 2. Our Favorite Son. Shoot the Nickel third. Town 2. Back and forth.
All right, Oldie. Gulfstream Park. Race number 4.
Gulfstream Park, race number 4. I like the 9 here a little bit. Lou the Body, not to be mistaken with Jesse the Body.
4 was a big scratch here. You like, which one did you like? Lou the Body, the 9?
The 9, I believe, Lou the Body. And the 6, Looking for Roses, with the 3, Crypto Man, looks like the play.
No love for the long shot, 1 for 13.
I mean, it's synthetic. Anything's possible.
The 2 just broke the maiden out at 8.5.
But the one spot, the one hole on the synthetics is actually a tough spot.
Wow, 1 for 17. 1 for 20, Kuwait Towers.
Yeah, I mean, 'tis the coast, 1 for 21.
What's odd, Oldie, is we didn't get an algo update with the 7 being scratched.
Yeah, I noticed that earlier too. I just didn't have a chance to ping Brad on it.
The 3, they got the 3 winning the race sim. The 6 also right there. Another maiden breaker last out. Stappy and Zayas.
I'm smiling at the Adrian Adonis reference. I could go back and forth all day with old wrestlers.
Are we? Let's see.
Let me get this.
I mean, for me, when I think of Adrian Adonis, I think of the flower shop in the 80s with that replaced Piper's Pit, I believe it was.
Yeah, Piper's Pit was that's what got me in. I love that guy.
Roddy.
Absolutely crazy.
Yeah. Well, the new feature, I can't just add the race. I have to remove you first.
Always remove me.
Well, I mean, it's just annoying.
Yeah, that's going to be really annoying at NHC when I have to do that myself too on Sunday.
Yeah. Manager in the house. Happy Women's Day.
That was the 11 Carlin
the manager.
Sideways and spots the leaders about 15 at the start.
Head cock sideways. That sounds like a punk rock band.
You know, I do have to, since we have Matt here too, whoever wins the NHC, if it's one of our people, how do I get them to give a big, finally big earns above the loss stream to celebrate, like Bill Murray and Kingpin?
Very quick. 23-2, the rolling here. Tis the Coast by a length and a half. Little Steven is second.
From what I've seen of what it likes to win, I don't think there's really any talking to the winner at that point. They're just going to react the way they react.
And it's a gap of 2 to Lou the Body.
Like, I know David would never scream that, but
make their way by a half. And
I would. I've got enough composure. I could, even in the middle of the race, I would do that stuff.
Little Steven second. Crypto Man third, Line Astray held up in traffic, looking for roses. Fed clean racetrack, and he's on the move now. On his back, his first shot fired. Lou the Body is underway. Yellow Cap far outside. The complexion changes as the early leaders have done each other in. The leader now is Crypto Man. From the outside, looking for roses. Line Astray looks for a way through. On his outside, first shot fired. Lou the Body is next, and they're on their way home. It's Crypto Man with work to do. He's still in front. Looking for roses, tries to level off. So does first shot fired. Line Astray ducks to the rail. They come past the 16th pole. It's still Crypto Man in front. Looking for roses, getting to him now. Outside, it's first shot fired, but looking for roses is almost there. It's looking for roses, a 7-5 winner. First shot fired second. Line Astray third. Crypto Man fourth in 140-1.
All right. We got a 4-horse race at Tampa Bay Downs.
And I wrote all my notes in here before before it became a 4-horse race, too, because I thought there were an initial scratch, and then everything else came out.
This is one of 2 races that have the name of 2 space shuttles that crashed, that didn't return. The Columbia and the Challenger.
Yeah. Deliberate, you think?
Weird. I don't know.
Yeah, just to rub it in. Yeah, exactly. Boy, this race is closer on the sim than I was hoping for.
Well, I'm alive to both those horses. One for 22-1 and one for 17-1 in the doubles. So
the Skippy Longstocking is one that's the last 2 years.
Yeah. But at some point may not be the same horse at age 6 as it was at age 4.
I'm pretty sure it's the same horse because they wouldn't let a different horse run in it.
Well, the markings somebody could have put the same markings on another horse, but Skippy, nothing wrong with Skippy, just not a grade 1 horse. They keep throwing this horse in grade 1s, and he keeps losing by 6-7 lengths. And then when they bring it back down, he's a good grade 2, grade 3 horse.
So let me give an interesting betting angle here. And, I don't know if I'm out of touch or, what kind of offers people get from various ADWs that they're with. But I get offers from FanDuel and TVG and even one other place that'll say, hey, we will match 10% of your winnings on win bets today. By the way, and I should make sure I'm being clear, it's not just the winnings, it's your collections, which I'm not sure that they're articulating very well in their rules. So my point is, if you can make a large win bet in a race like this, it is essentially like picking up a very large profit boost in the sports betting world. And so I'll confess, I hit Skippy here pretty hard, hoping to pick up that $1,000 bonus on, they do cap it obviously, but I'm hoping to cash enough where they're going to add $1,000 to my winnings just for playing. So now I'm scared.
I mean,
this was going to be a much easier said than done, I suppose now.
I mean, Most Wanted ran pretty good again in the Clark, but this is first time facing older for that horse. And, is it capable of beating a horse like Skippy? Probably.
Well, let me just give you a sense of how my brain works as I take in information like this. They're going to pay me a bonus of $1,000 if I'm right. And so I am right now in the process of saying, okay, I'm willing to give back half of that. And so I have just bet a sizable 6-8 exacta, figuring, okay, I could, that's, you know, from a bonus perspective, that's better, but I'll lose money on the cash bet, but that's a decent hedge on that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oldie Wiz is saying second time facing older, based older in the Clark.
Clark. I thought the Clark was 3-year-olds, but if I'm incorrect, I bow to Wiz on that.
Bow to him. Wow, that's
Bow to Wiz. Wow.
Which is better than whizzing on bow.
why does it have to be one or the other?
And the manager, I'll just say, to beat the man, you have to be the man, you have to beat the man, and give you a woo too.
Woo. All right, Skippy coming up 4 to 5 now. These horses, the 8 and the 6, are going to be very close.
The horses are approaching the starting gate. We're just 1 minute from post time. 1 minute.
Yeah, Chad Brown in his famous Pink Floyd shirt, looking sad in court.
Yeah, I see that, Dave. That's exactly right. And by the way, TVG and FanDuel aren't the same, and they both offer that. Please don't tell FanDuel, Nick, I said that.
All right, we're coming up to the gate here.
I thought with this original field and the amount of speed in it that Instant Coffee would have a shot here, but not with these scratches. There were 6 horses that could have been up on the pace out of the 7 in this race. I'm sorry, 5 out of the 7.
Here's Instant Coffee, who right now is your second or third choice. Instant Coffee coming up. Dylan Davis looking for a race-to-race double. Well, Principito's got it. Most wanted, Skippy Longstocking. Skippy Longstocking, your 2-time defending champion of this race. Here comes Skippy Longstocking, Tyler Gaffley to the outside.
I would suggest if Skippy wins this race again, they should rename it for him.
There in the gate.
That 3 wins should be enough to get a race renamed after you.
And the race is on.
To the break.
Skippy Longstocking hopped just a touch at the start, came away toward the back. It's going to be most wanted to take the initiative and goes right to the earth. Principito out in second. Skippy Longstocking trying to get a little bit closer now to most wanted as they run toward that first turn. It's about 4 more lengths back to Instant Coffee as most wanted. Skippy Longstocking now coming up to put ahead into that second spot. El Principito, long shot, is racing third in between those two. Just now like to have.
I'm good with the 6.84 finish.
Instant Coffee as they go through that first quarter mile. And up on the front end, most wanted. Skippy Longstocking, not going to let that one get away. 23 and 4, the opening quarter mile time. They start their backstretch journey here. It's most 1.5 lengths in front. Skippy Longstocking in the second position. El Principito down 2 lengths back in third, still 2.5 more. The Instant Coffee, who is fourth. 4.5 furlongs remaining. In the Grade 3, the Globe Ultra Challenger Stakes here at Tampa Bay Downs. They got the opening half at 47 3/5 seconds.
Here comes the 3.
Most wanted.
Yeah, here comes Instant Coffee.
The 2-horse
They might be going fast enough that Instant Coffee might be a factor anyways.
Skippy Longstocking within a neck now on the outside.
But they're going to replace my regular coffee with Folgers Crystals if that horse wins.
Those two are paired up now 5 lengths behind the top 2. Most wanted, Skippy Longstocking. They turn up the volume past the quarter pole. Most wanted on the inside, Skippy Longstocking on the outside. These two at the top of the stretch pretty much is one. There's 6 lengths clear of the rest. Skippy Longstocking floats out just a touch. Most wanted digs in down at the inside. A final furlong length to go. Skippy Longstocking on the outside. Most wanted on the inside. Skippy Longstocking looks to be just in front. Most wanted battling bravely toward the inside. It's Skippy Longstocking. Makes his annual visit to Oldsmar. Another winning one. Takes the Challenger by lane. Value, but second best. We were about
Take it.
Clear.
There you go.
By the way, look at what we're looking at on the screen right now. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like that's like exactly what it looks like in real life. That's crazy.
I don't even know what to say about it because it was, well, let's see if it, the only difference is, no, it had the 6 on the lead too.
Mm-hmm.
It absolutely nailed this.
3 to 5. Please don't make me say how many thousand to win that was, but
Well, I could do the math if you're
Yeah,
capped at
thanks.
1,000 and it's 10%.
Yeah.
yeah, and
We know.
$500 to get some security back, which is not great security, but something. And so at least turning for home, I'm not scared to death of losing everything. It's just, hopefully the better result. So,
And I'll take 1780 to 1 on a 3 to 5 horse paired with a horse that went off at 8 to 1 in the previous race.
Absolutely.
but it is interesting. Every time I come on here, I'm trying to a little bit teach or show things or help people think differently. I know that those 10% bonuses, they seem like they apply best, to hitting 20 to 1 shots and whatever. But look how easy that was to pick up a free $1,000. That's crazy.
Plus the win bet.
Right. I mean, and it's funny. As the horses were kind of nearing each other closer to even money, I was starting to debate betting the other way if it was really going to be that tight. But then I saw with 3 to 5, all right, I'll just let it go. But yeah, the win bet at that is obviously more significant than the bonus. But yeah, I mean, just it does feel good to get that bonus and just grab it easy on a 3 to 5 shot.
All right, Oldie, out to Oldie Lawn.
To Oldie Lawn, I think you got to get your time reshuffled here.
Oldie Lawn race 3
is 9 minutes away.
Yeah, isn't that did they really screw me up here?
They did. That's what I'm saying. Aqueduct is 4 minutes away.
All right, let's go to Aqueduct first then.
I don't know why that got changed, but for a win bet, I like the 1 Hey Toby, but Matt, you would say the board is screaming at you the 4 Leo's Reward.
I would. Although I got to tell you, and sounds like a commercial for EquinEdge, that's fine. This is the kind of horse that would have confounded me a bit as I'm looking at 8 to 1 in the morning line and seeing 9 to 5. This is a horse I'd say, oh my gosh, how unexpected. This is crazy. I can't believe it's getting bet like this. Well, look, the EquinEdge morning line has it at 5 to 2. And so that actually tells me it's probably both things going on. Not just, this is shocking money, but I'm thrilled to see that some smart algorithm sees the logic in this. So yeah, especially with the fact, given how hard it is for the public to bet an 8 to 1 shot down to 2 to 1, I agree. This board to me is screaming the 4. And if you don't like that, I'd sooner skip the race than argue with it. But that's me.
Well, David also put a note on this.
On who? The 2?
On the 4, the horse that's getting bet. And it's the International Doink Society there.
Yes, it is. The International Doink Society. We created that a couple of weeks ago, Matt.
We need to get shirts, though, for that.
We do.
For our secret Doink Society.
Can I take a moment to just give a real hardcore flex for a second? Because I am shocked with what I'm looking at on my account. But with that bonus getting paid, I have just moved to lifetime positive as a sports bettor. So we're talking by the volume is out of control. And we're talking like it's a few $100 at the moment. So, oh, I love the graphic. That's cool. But yeah, with that collection, it just went to slightly positive, which I take as one of the great wins of my life. Because this has been a pretty hard slog. So very cool.
Congratulations. And that if that doesn't deserve a boom, I don't know what does.
Well, right. So just think of the idea of being able to bet sports anytime you want, as much as you want, for total fun, and it costs you nothing at the end. And if you great. I didn't really think I was going to win any money, but I've had amazing fun with all this stuff. So yeah, to get to positive, or at least just even, it feels amazing. All right, let's get back to the races.
And there's some other perks in there too, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, look, without getting in trouble with FanDuel because every account really is different. We're looking at all kinds of hotels and tickets and entries, and I mean, they don't count that towards that, and so it's kind of in sports betting, it's the equivalent of rebates. And all sorts of cool stuff like that, and on top of it, a rep, right? I'll talk about Nick Ilievsky, a rep that's turned into a good friend and someone I love doing this stuff with. So very cool. Jenny Ocho, what's up? 8 in the 8th.
All right, getting slowly to the gate here, Oldie.
Yes. I'm on the 1. Matt is on the 4.
Well, if I'm being honest, I'm on nobody.
Yeah.
I'm not in love, but if I was betting, I would be betting the 4. And if I didn't like the 4, I'd be sitting and just hoping the 4 won.
For me, it's either the 1 or the 4. As I look at this, the 3's burnt a ton of money. The 6 has burnt a ton of money.
Yeah, that's ugly.
I don't like setting money on fire. So,
You like
look this.
4 1.
Maybe somebody else's money, not mine.
Yeah, and look at, this horse hasn't historically, the 4 has not historically been bet like this.
No.
So, it's another kind of mini signal to me that.
But not a big move up either. Here, beat 50 SOR last time out, and now is getting a group of 54 here. Usually you see a horse go up and face like 60s, 62s and get creamed.
4 1 exactly isn't paying too bad either.
I was just about to enter that.
4 1 23 1 4 34.
You got Peanut at the track saying, "Look out for the 3." Trainer on the 4. Oh, for 29. Route. Yeah. Some would say he's due. Some would say he's not good.
Madison Oliver has been running pretty well as well.
Well enough to get the I back in her name.
The I?
Because it's Madison Oliver. There's no I.
Yeah, you're right. There is no I.
Patrick is going to be nimble and he's going to be quick here with Lascano aboard. So how many times do we think H. James Bond has introduced himself as James Bond?
Shared success.
Probably not very often.
That's very disappointing.
I'll guess less than 10 career.
I'm guessing other people introduce him as that.
Oh, and he probably hates it every time. You're the first, well, it is funny.
I'm going to take the over.
Speed towards the inside here for Willett to risk it all with the early speed and at the rail. There's Toby. Toby emerges with the front and willing to risk it all towards the outside. It's a stalking second. $70 is still in the next 2. Is moving forward as a challenging third. How to share third with Luke.
Now, I would introduce myself as Bond. H. James
James
Bond.
Bond, yes. And you like your drinks stirred, not shaken.
Success in fifth. Way out there towards the center of the race.
I like them straight up.
The trim is Provision. Kept it much up front still, 24-1 for the opening quarter mile. Hey, Toby is going out the fractions, is up by a length.
That was the first draft of Hey Jude. Hey, Toby.
Rewind.
That was really bad.
I didn't know anybody named that.
Ward is still in that mix, is taking fifth.
I know several Tobys.
48.38 for half mile time. Hey, Toby is confronted.
Hey, Toby is done.
Yep. Hey, Toby's got the tractor beam out.
Risk it all goes right with this leader. There's a seat.
6 is going to crush him.
Ward is trying to make up ground shared success. Liberty Central is kicked on. Liberty Central is opening up this margin now. Is up by
It's the favorite you didn't like, right?
That was
No,
money.
correct.
Making up mile ground.
The danger against playing against favorites. That was
Central in front. Liberty Central 60 to go.
all the late money went there too.
Liberty Central wins it. Then came Senegal up for second.
Yeah, and that 4 still took a bunch of money. I'm glad I didn't play. That would have been a look. I like betting chalk as much as anybody. I see that, Sylvain. That's hilarious. I like betting chalk probably more than anybody. That would have been a tough one to get to at 7-5. That's the best I'm going to do in a race like that is exactly what I just did, which is just watch it, because that would have been a tough one.
All right, Oli, we're going to go out to Fairgrounds. Oaklawn is too close. We're going to go to Fairgrounds, race number 3. Justin likes the 1 here as his long shot.
Yeah, him and I actually talked about this horse this morning, and we both like this horse at 9-2, but we liked it better at 6-1 or 10-1. The 2 has a little bit of a look, I think, too, with Loveberry aboard. The 7 has a gold badge, but really hasn't done much. And, famous last words, I don't get the 5 at all.
He used it.
I'm looking at the will pays. Gosh, it's almost like we're a team as we do this. And it's interesting. The 5 is a pretty heavy favorite in the doubles. When you click on the pick 3, however, the 1, 3, and 5, and arguably 2 all took about the same exact amount of money. So I would say in the pick 3, this thing was wide open. Less so in the double, but that, I don't know. I mean, that to me would make me gravitate away from 2-1 and more in favor of 4 or 5-1. If at least in one pool they were all looked at as the same.
So 2-5. Did I see the 7 is getting hammered in the doubles? No. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out why the 1-7 double is getting hammered in the next too. That's an odd one.
All right, I'm going to do a pick 3 here. 1, 2, 3, 5 with 2, 3, 5, 7. And I'm going to end it with Justin's top pick in the last leg, the 6. Will take it for Dallas and Stewart and Edgar and his Morales.
You're not going to go scat-free here with the 1?
No, I'm not going to go scat-free. That's just not my style.
All right, so as you punch that in, Chris, do me a favor. After you hit that once, go back and in leg 2, remove 2 horses and punch it again. And then go back and in leg 1, remove 2 horses and punch it again.
Well, that's easy. The first one I can remove from leg 2 is David Cohen.
That's fine. I mean, it's just based on your opinions, your picks. I would not do it just off of morning lines or whatever. But my point is, your stronger opinions, you got to hit them a little harder. And I'm not saying go ape shit crazy with huge units, but all right, to hit it once or twice extra with what you like the most. That's how you make money.
Ape shit crazy. That sounds like another punk rock band.
It does. You are Mr. Punk Rock, yes.
Oh, huge, huge.
Okay. I did that. And then you wanted me to remove retain runners. 2 more in the first leg.
Yep.
Okay.
So that bet gets cheaper and cheaper as you keep punching.
Yeah.
And if you're looking at this first race, too, that 3 is getting bet pretty hard. Which we did not talk about.
The 3 in the second in leg 1.
Oh,
And leg 1 is currently at 3-1. It was 5-2 a minute ago, co-favorite.
No, Chris has that.
I just removed that one. I don't like that one.
Yeah.
That's Justin's like last pick.
All right.
Oh, well, they're off. I didn't get it in anyway.
It's that easy.
By 3. Like that to Platinum Minute is a ground saving third by 2.5 after breaking sharp. MBJ's Honor with the white cap taken back by Colby Hernandez. And Keeneland, MBJ's Honor will need to settle. Then to the inside comes Sweet Alexis. Pull it back to a priority catch with Rappi.
1 went off at 5-2.
Undercover Girl, 24.12 seconds. First for the 2025 for Undercover Girl leads them to a half mile from home. Ben Curtis and Jet Rocket still pursues. Marcelo Mendoza Jr. and Platinum Minute has been saving ground. With inside a half mile to go, MBJ's Honors making headway and Just Press Star picking up on the far outside of leading 5. Just over 3 furlongs to go. Sweet Alexis is 6th. Then a priority catch and Rappi is last. Half mile and 48.12 seconds. Jet Rocket looking to come up here and get level with Undercover Girl. And Platinum Minute is right there handy. And now tips to the 3 path as these fillies mares streaking for home and Grabika's unwinding on the extreme outside. 3/4 1 at 12.82 seconds. Jet Rocket takes off for the final furlong. Platinum Minute's under pressure. Undercover Girl tries to kick for the final 16. Here come charges now.
Well, I'm going to win the first leg.
Alexis, and they follow up Jet Rocket. And here's for Emmanuel Eves, Grabik. And Grabik enter the inside.
Come on, 2.
For Jared Loveberry. Grabik ekes it out over Sweet Alexis in a driving finish.
All right.
Jet Rocket.
Moving on. Oldie, Gulfstream.
Gulfstream, race 5. I thought Super Quest has a big pace advantage here and has a big look.
Super Quest.
Super Quest. He's a super freak. He's super freaky.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the doubles, the 5 and the 6 bet dead evenly. Looking at the pick 3s, this 5 and the 6 bet similarly again. Pick 4s almost identical, although the 4 comes into the picture a little bit. But the 5 and the 6 took all the money consistently in all 4 of those pools.
Which is interesting because I don't really think the 6 is a horse I'd use as a second choice there.
But they're bet evenly. I mean, they're just so. I mean, look, what I'm looking at in the win pool seems about right. The 4 seems a little low relative to what I just saw, and so does the 2 actually. But
I'm not monkeying with this race.
I'll take 2-1 on the 5. There.
All right, let me add this up here.
I see Gulfstream, and that's all I need to see. It's a pass.
Yeah, I know.
Although, given that it is Gulfstream, let's have some fun and look at the odds right now. and look at them in 30 seconds.
The horses are at the gate. It's now post time. Moving in for the Silks Run Stakes, 2, 4, 5, and 6, the key contenders here. Biz Buzz, Foxtrot Anna, and Reef Runner, the first 3 to go up.
5-2,
Here's Super Quest.
2-1, and 2-1.
Now Capture the Lion.
Let's see what happens in 20 seconds. And
the
let's see who's on the lead.
Will complete the line.
And let's see if that horse's odds are lower than they are right now.
Yeah, I
Silks
expect.
Run.
I'd be shocked if the 5 goes off at 2-1.
At the next flash, the horse in front is going to be 8-5, 7-5. That's my guess.
Reef Runner away quickly today, and he's going to fire forward for some forward position. Super Quest is going to run right with him, and Foxtrot Anna tries to hold both of them out as they work way out the center.
This is much longer than a 5-furlong race, by the way, because of the distance they have to cover from the gate to the rail going sideways.
Over Foxtrot Anna, who's tightened up
That's
the
true.
racing room.
The truth fell even further in the
Started 3 wide, Capture the Lion.
5 and 6 stayed the same.
Biz Buzz and 3 to the trailer, the late running Eamon. They speed to the top of the stretch, and they have Armeo and Super Quest to catch.
Here's your pace edge. Does it hold up?
Reef Runner close in tow, outside.
Depends if it kicks away here.
Turn in the stretch drive.
Not much of a kick.
Here's Biz Buzz and Reef Runner taking their shot. Reef Runner surging forward
Yeah,
for
the
an early
4 is gonna.
Reef Runner in front from downtown. Eamon's rolling. Eamon's flying. Reef Runner. Here's the wire. Eamon and Reef Runner in a picture.
10-1 on Eamon.
Way back. He got in the photo finish with Reef Runner in the Silks Run. 55-2.
$0 lost. WTF. LOL. Agreed. The trick is to watch at that and learn. And when you see that happen all the time at the same place and all sorts of other stuff that doesn't feel right, just don't bet it. If it doesn't feel right, don't bet it.
Yeah.
I'm with David, man. I'm off the turf dash bandwagon for sure.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That's the Mario Kart when you're in last and you get the rocket ship and just blow past everything to get the first. That's ridiculous. That was crazy.
All right, at Tampa. We have one of the 2 races I did not put notes on. An open maiden race with a Chad Brown, a firster for Mott.
Can I jump in with a tournament update quickly?
Sure.
85 entries. That's solid. That means 3 seats and even a decent amount of cash for 4th. Along with me at the bottom are a bunch of other very recognizable names. But up at the top, Jim Joyce, who connected with that crazy long shot earlier. Adam Fox has been up there. Trainer and horse player Carl Broberg, who's an NHC regular, just hit something. Our good friend Brad Anderson took the Skippy race and basically played the exactas either way, essentially trying to aggregate value from one entry to the other. So one entry's dead, the other's at 525. I applaud that play. That's a smart move. You want it all on one entry if you can get it there. So that's a good job. And Matt Gum, a good friend, is in 8th. I'm looking down. I don't mean to be skipping anybody. Marty Cooper, whatever. That's enough. But yeah, I did. And look, if you're in the chat and you're up there, tell us what you're doing.
All right, at Tampa, it's hard to pass up on this 4 with the race sim having it winning after what we saw previously on the race sim at Tampa.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you.
And I don't mean where you go previously on the race sim.
Chris Couples, I'll just jump in and say it looks like there is a child jumping on that man's keyboard. That's the best explanation I can give for what he's doing, but more power to him.
A child jumping on that man's keyboard.
I mean, that's just that I don't even know how to explain the thought process there, but he doesn't have to. He's in first and doing well.
Yeah, I mean, there you go again with another punk rock band, a child jumping on a man's computer. And yes, John, rest in peace to David Johansen.
Oh, loony.
Yeah, loony. Yeah, I knew you were going to go there right away.
Well, and I was serious. I was talking last year at this time about the idea of writing a sequel to Let It Ride. And for a couple reasons, have lost interest in doing that. The death of Terry Garr was a big one. I don't know that Richard Dreyfuss is quite the same lovable person that he was back then. I don't think Jennifer Tilley's the same person. So the people are different. And now without Looney, it's like we'd need completely new people. I mean, just
well, and that would be the thing. It would be a sequel, but with new people kind of in those roles, right?
Yeah.
Because you got the guy from Wings that was in that movie too. The larger dude.
Oh, totally. Was he Bernie?
Yeah. That guy.
No, he was the lead bookie.
Yeah.
And the horses have reached the gate. It's post time. They're lining up for today's sixth race.
Hot. Yep, that was him too. That guy was crazy. He was fun.
All set to get 7 furlongs here, 5-2 slight favorite.
New York Dolls. One of Morrissey's inspirations. Another weird dude. Actually, Morrissey would probably be the best guy to replace David Johansen.
Look, I had part of this thing cast already in my mind. I had industry people I know that would be perfect for certain roles. Pat Cummings playing the teller would be the most spot-on casting I've ever seen. Replacing Trotter is a tough one. That was a truly Trotter and Looney were the most lovable characters. So I don't know. That's gonna take some charisma from somebody.
Festival day. Forget that late pick 5 starts up next in race 7 and we'll hit the Tampa Bay Derby.
You're 54-1 on the
Here on the outside.
long shot first act here.
The 8?
No, the E long shot, the Scotty long shot. That's down to 47-1 now.
Yeah, the race is on.
Let's plant trees in front of the gate.
Celerise set for speed from that outside gate. Night Agent is coming in from out of the back. Playa Del Mar is right there in the early mix as well, as is El Romano. Celerise trying to cross all the way over from that outside draw. Got over to about the 2 pack there. Night Agent going to try to hold that rail position. One steal from the outside is right in that second flight, as is El Romano, Bohemian style, back running longest step. About length and a half forward. Back to Brinos and Purple Cutters. The gray is 6th. After that, Playa Del Mar broke sharply. Moment's notice starts to move around that one. There comes first act. It's about a space of 5 more back to Battle Anthem. Wise up is back at the back along with Madcap. Got to be about 14 or 15 lengths behind with 3.5 furlongs to go. Sunrise makes the lead. 21-4. The opening quarter mile. Sunrise to the far turn. A length in front of
That was my 4.
Big 4, 5 wide sweep. Trying to go with that one is Bohemian Styles. They wind around the turn.
And then flattening out.
Accelerize still in front. Moment's notice that big move. Just a neck back in second. They're a length and a half in front of Bohemian Style. Night Agent stays toward the inside for 4. 2 more. Back to Brinos and El Romano. Accelerize into the stretch, trying to see it out. Accelerate to the 8th pole. In front now by 2. Moment's notice back in second. 2 more than the Night Agent down the outside. Style.
Yeah.
Accelerize pulling away though. Accelerize. Fast debut here. Accelerize going to win gear down. Accelerize by about 9.
Good call.
Not very often you see a horse winning from that far wide at Tampa going one
Yeah.
turn. Yeah.
Final time at 121.20.
Way to go, Sylvain.
I don't know from a contest perspective how easy that was to land on. Yeah, I see damn from Mike's like 3-1 from that spot. Just that it wouldn't have felt like that great a deal. So I'm not sure. I mean, that would feel like a scary horse in a contest, but my guess is not really. We'll see.
Okay, Oldie, we got a little bit of time here. Santa Anita did go off. We weren't able to cover that one because they're running on top of our contest race. We got Aqueduct at 9 minutes. And then what?
You want to go
Fairgrounds.
to Laurel real fast? Got a stakes race there.
Let's look at the win pool, and then I'll tell you.
The win pool.
$8,000.
Yeah, we're not going to do well.
What are we doing?
We're going to go to Aqueduct and Oldie. I'm sure Tony wants a late pick 5. I'm certain of that.
That does sound correct to me.
I'm certain of that. Let's just give him a late pick 5. You got 9 minutes, and then we'll get to we got Fairgrounds and then Oaklawn running right on top of each other. Then you can kind of go through those.
All right. Aqueduct late pick 5. I already had 2 legs handicapped, so let's try to find a single here. Looks like it's already found me one in Moplex for Jeremiah and his Engelhart.
I used
Let's
to
see
have
Let's see what the race sim has to say about that. Does look like that horse will get away on the front end. Has a big class advantage. I actually don't hate this this ticket at all.
whatever it is. We should split it 3 ways.
It's just a ticket generator. Well, plus the changes I made to
Mhm.
first couple legs, 7, 8, 11. Let's just look and see before we settle on anything. Levine is 23% with first-time starters. I feel like we should cover this 10 horse. There.
You don't mean like cover it like another horse would, right?
No, that definitely don't want to cover it like a mare. I'll leave that to you.
That's definitely not a we thing.
I'm not in 3 ways with that.
That's a you thing, not a me thing.
Well, like when you said today, okay, the notes are in. It's like the notes are just okay today, really?
So far, yes, that would be correct. There've been a couple good ones and a couple bad ones. All right, I'm just looking here. I mean, if we're going to split this 3 ways, we're going to be there. But let me look and just see if there's some stuff we can eliminate here.
All right, you do that.
The Donker's 9%, but
The doink. The doinker.
Doinker, yes, the Doinker. But this horse does have a 1 of 195 gate work. So and it's the long shot, first time starter. Definitely one that you don't want to leave off there.
So I do want to point something out that in leg 1, you're covered to the 4 favorites equally. The 7 and the 8 have been bet, at least in other pools, to be twice or half the price of the other 2. And so with without getting in your way too much, if I'm handing out tickets, I'd either punch this once and then take out the 2 and the 9 in this first race, and I'd punch it again, or I would just eliminate that first punch and use the tote board and its signal to my advantage, saying really the 7 and the 8 seem to have an edge, at least based on how much money has been bet so far. But to me, Oldie, I'm guessing you'd agree with me. Taking the top 4 in the betting is almost like recommending 2 even money shots in the same race. Like you kind of have to pick one. You can't really.
So I actually, and this is strategic, I disagree with you here, because the tote board doesn't really have anything to do when you're in this deep of a ticket with how the payouts will necessarily be organized. It'll give you a guide, but it's the number of live tickets that matters, not the tote board itself. And maybe the tote board is a guide, but the 2 horses you're talking about cutting back on also happen to be the top pick and the second pick there.
Yeah, which to me might advocate dropping the other 2.
And I would advocate to get past the first leg, get to where your prices are, and hopefully it's enough of a spread leg that it causes tickets to be eliminated automatically.
For sure it will that. For sure it will. Because, yes, I agree with that.
Way to go, sir. Glad I could be of service.
Yes.
I will punch this in a second here, yeah.
We gonna do this, Matt? You want to go split it 3 ways?
Yeah,
$54.
I would love to.
Okay. Oldie, you want it now or pay if we lose?
Pay if we lose is fine.
Okay. 333. $54. I can't handle the 33 cents. It just annoys me.
Oh yeah, that's one of my Larry Davidisms. Since COVID, I don't think I've touched change.
No.
I don't even touch it. Just enough.
Everything
So have you ever watched the show? It was on in the early 00s, the early 2000s, and late 90s, the Upright Citizens Brigade?
Mm-hmm.
Because they had a thing about ass pennies.
But thanks for clarifying that wasn't the 1900s.
Yes, the 1900s. By the way, had you gone to Laurel, I just got the 10-to-1 horse home on the front end.
It wouldn't have been 10-to-1 is the point. It would have been 2-to-1. I mean, it's an unbettable situation.
No, so what I'm saying is it would have, because I did not spend a Matt Miller amount of money on that.
Look, I'm just saying, if we're covering on the show and you do have some people betting
that's true.
money,
okay,
that horse price is going to get crushed.
At 6-to-1 or 5-to-1, it still was value there.
In today's 7th race, the 8.
Yeah, and if you're betting between 0 and
in race 7,
$400 at that track, I think you're okay. I think once you get above $400 on a single horse, you're probably impacting things quite a bit.
Race 6,
especially a long shot like that. The name of this 8 is such a hunch. Right? How many people say play the gray? I mean, I'm not doing it, but
you're not going to play the gray.
I am not touching this race, but I do. That would probably be enough to get me to throw non-serious dollars just making a pick.
Using some of that bonus money?
Using scraps, but yes. And am I correct that the 8 is not gray?
That's hilarious.
Am I seeing that right?
I'm trying to see it. So I have not seen it yet. I was not on the video screen for that. So now you're making me look.
What a waste.
It should be these
He's
ponies.
telling you to bet another horse, to bet the gray horse in the race.
I guess. I mean, then why don't you just say place someone else? Like, why would you take a cool name like that? That could have been Nick's Go. That would have been such a cool name.
Gulfstream used to have a stakes race just for gray horses. Remember when Gulfstream used to run like a dirt race and a turf race at the same time?
No,
Oh, yeah, they did.
I'll take your word for it, but I do not remember that.
It's been a while.
At the same time they ran 2 races?
Yeah.
I kind of have a vague memory of something like that, but that
It was
sounds
the same day they ran the gray stakes. You had to be a gray horse to enter.
yeah, I could make a political comment and say only in Florida could you get away with that.
That was the old track announcer before Pete, which meant that was 20 years ago. Because Pete's been calling there for 20 years. I think it was Phil Salzman. Is that right?
Sure. There's a weird inquiry on the start at Laurel, but not on, I do not believe on the leader. There was a quarter horse start that took out the favorite in that race.
By the way, Emily, did you see we got in the Robert stream, we got Remington Park quarter horses.
I think you should write notes for Remington Park quarter horses.
Yeah, in my free time, I will do that. And I have no free time.
We're still mulling around here. Like if they want to run right into the next race at Oaklawn and Fairgrounds here.
After the NHC Wiz. Not ready for prime time yet. Yeah, they do want to run right into Fairgrounds and Gulfstream, because Fairgrounds and Gulfstream, I believe, are what is up next. Fairgrounds and Oaklawn.
Yeah.
Which we may or may not, we may have to pick one from there. We'll probably go to Fairgrounds next.
Well, I think we all have a pick 3 live at Fairgrounds.
Yeah.
I'll just say that I like the 1 and the 2
Stop
at
here.
Oaklawn, and the 10 is currently the favorite
Set to move forward.
there.
Daytona Moonshine. So they would play the gray.
No movement on that Tampa leaderboard, by the way. None.
Okay.
0.
Daytona Moonshine goes in.
Matt, our
Richard.
Tampa tournament correspondent.
Well, you got a fair number of listeners that I think are playing.
Last look.
Sure.
There was that.
Last to load here.
Also,
All right, Oldie, who do we have here?
Um,
Marvelous Richard.
we have the 2, 7, 8, 9,
Clark, who's going to be traveling down in the second position.
which of course the long shots are up on the lead right now. And
That's okay.
Outside State Park.
is it though?
No, I hate that feeling.
Kind of stimuli.
And they just stay there. You're like, what the hell?
Jack Sparrow.
I'd rather be one. I think one of our horses up there.
Widener. This fight's Creek.
There you go.
Moving on through Just Cheesy, very tightly bunched at the thriller.
Oh, it's Captain Jack Parrow, not Captain Jack Sparrow, the 7 horse.
While the long
It's
shot.
Jack's.
Richard has the lead.
So you have to say the name, like if you
Forward is now
Jack Sparrow.
losing some ground.
Yes.
There's Steve in the greatest 3 wide. 4 wide is going to be Fines Creek. At the rail, there comes Just Cheesy.
All right, can we do away with the not so marvelous Richard here?
Daytona Moonshine. They work in the far turn.
All right, are you happy now?
Jack Sparrow has taken
Yeah.
Yeah, now I would like the
Starting to cut in the market.
9, the 8, or the 9 to win this race.
Sure.
Jack Sparrow, 48-4. The half mile time. Fines Creek is making hard work of it.
So I don't, because otherwise you're going to
As they reach the
be
top,
hit with a Lonely Island version of Captain Jack Sparrow.
is now bounding.
That 8 is
He's a gray horse.
Shoulder goes to
so look
It
at
is the gray.
pushed on by. Play the gray is now opening up the margin inside the final Furlong.
It's a C, not a G.
Captain Jack Sparrow is second. It's all played great. Dominate here. Should play the great.
All right, moving on.
All right, take it.
That's interesting. Go click on what you guys and what your feed shows. Do you show horse color as one of your data points?
No.
Because on TVG, they're showing this horse as C, which I'm assuming is
No, C is a colt.
colt and not a gelding. Got it. I'm a moron. I'm on the wrong screen. Thank you.
Yeah, it's okay.
I take back everything I said about the naming of that horse. That's a fantastic name for that horse.
Here's now. Post time.
All right, here we are at the Fairgrounds.
Phillips loading.
Then we'll get you Gulfstream right after this.
Second race sprint. Jared Loveberry out too late coming up. Joins Aztec Empress.
I mean, if you wanted to be a lover boy cover band, wouldn't you call it Loveberry?
Probably not, no.
David Cohen with From Scratch.
So what are you alive to here, Chris?
Throwing good time in the Rigney Red.
Your pick 3.
3, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
Jerome Barbosa LaForêt.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Sixth.
I went 2, 5, 8 here.
Still on. Fast tractor in the game. Thoroughbred racing 5 furlongs. La Niña Dorada broke sharply with inside Aztec Empress From Scratch. Starts to gain and on the outside, running good time in the red cap as they dash past the half-mile pole. LaForêt is now wide fourth. Out to late in fifth. Aztec Empress shuffled back with the rail and passed by Meads. Aztec Empress flash speed but has dropped back to last. They have just inside 3 furlongs to go after the 5 furlong start. And these leaders are well grouped. It's La Niña Dorada From Scratch. Twirling good time, LaForêt 4 wide as these fillies level up for the quarter pole. Out to late through the inside with Meads and one that bolted on the turn. Well back to Aztec Empress, hard to handle. It's La Niña Dorada 1 furlong away From Scratch. Now coming alongside of La Niña Dorada as they come down through the final 16th. Head to head, it is From Scratch. La Niña Dorada with
That horse just won't go by.
Too late, who wants to join them at the finish with Jared Loveberry out too late, getting up out too late, grabbed it from a game La Niña Dorada From Scratch. Finish there.
All right, both move on.
Yep. All right, moving on to Gulfstream Race 6. I thought that the 7, who's your current favorite, was up against it a little bit and on the synthetic here with the other speed, the 1 to its inside. I do not see that this horse can rate. They're going to have to be aggressive out of the gate to beat Swan Lake here with Junior aboard, but they could go really fast.
Remember Swan Lake? The remake?
15.41.
There was some good scenes in there. Better than the movie you watched last night.
I watched Conclave last night.
Did you?
Yeah. Just based on everything that's going on with the Pope, it seemed like an appropriate movie to watch.
A Jewish guy watching a Catholic movie. Interesting.
Yeah.
I saw Anora last night. And I'd say with everything going on, that felt appropriate to watch.
I haven't seen it. I may watch it. Let me just ask you, is any nudity in the movie?
Ton. It's about a sex worker. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm in.
He's in like Flint, baby.
I don't know if you used to watch Wings, the show. Brian knew every nude scene in every movie at the video store. Like Kramer versus Kramer, Joe Beth Williams naked at minute 18.4.
It's a useful piece of information.
You know, there are some people that are, savants with that type of stuff.
That's one
We all know what the most paused scene is in DVR history with movies.
We do.
Oh, come on. This is like a well-known fact.
That's got to be Basic Instinct.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Is that or The Matrix?
No.
Scott Free with a correct guess there. Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna have some swag soon that we can give away.
It is just not a fast enough typist, but we believe you that you guessed that ahead of time.
Yeah. Wiz was one of the ones that paused it, along with Scott.
I remember the early days of pay-per-view too, when they didn't have the technology correct all the time to scramble the signal,
Mm-hmm.
and you just get stuff for free, like the Spice Channel.
I remember being perfectly good with scrambled signal and decent audio. Sorry.
Back in the day, they used to put a thing in your cable box, your connection out front, right? Where they used a special tool to put a thing in there where you couldn't get everything, and all you had to do was use 2 screwdrivers and it would screw right off. I'd do it like every other month. My dad's like, "How are we getting these channels?" I'm like, "I don't know."
The Spice Channel. That's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Just about ready as Arashi.
Then you had like Benny Hill and things like that. Remember the 20-minute workout?
All set.
Yeah. Put that on YouTube.
They're off. In the middle, Lord of War gets the first call. Navy Cross is sent hard by Panici, and Navy
Boy,
Cross
the one did not do its part there.
and take the lead in the run to the first turn. Lord of War is second. Belly of Jelly is an early
That's
third.
the thing you
Swan
can't
Lake is
control,
at the rail
right?
from fourth. Honesto is headstrong between horses.
I mean, the two is actually doing exactly what you thought the one was doing.
Forwardly
Yeah.
is off the speed today. Wide on the course is Arashi.
Which plays the same for the
seven.
seven, I
Back,
suppose.
Nerves of Steel and Team Captain. Navy Cross was intent on getting to the lead, and he's there now. He's a neck in front of Lord of War, who's on the press while second. White blinkered Belly of Jelly is a 3-wide third. Moving out the rail, that's Swan Lake. Covered up and settled pretty well by his standards is Honesto. He races from fifth now. 3 back to the inside and forwardly racing together with Elusive Knight. Then to the outside, Nerves of Steel gets started.
Wasn't Honesto the name of Cartman's fake robot that he was in the suit?
Team Captain. 48-2 for the opening half-mile
South
speed
Park.
as they swing to the far turn. Navy Cross is still in front. From the outside, Lord of War, Badger's the leader in second. In between horses, it's Honesto who's patient.
I don't need
Jelly
those
driven
stinking
3 wide. Swan Lake will have a say in the outcome. Looking for room for Junior Alvarado. Arashi gets started on the outside. Then back at the rail, it's forwardly as they stack and pack and turn for home. Navy Cross has called it a day. Up front, it's now Lord of War to take the lead. To the attack and Belly of Jelly. To the clear. Here's the run from Honesto as they straighten for the drive. They're an eighth of a mile out, and Belly of Jelly has the lead, fighting right back as Lord of War second. Honesto tries to level off from third with a 16th to go. Here comes Honesto.
Flash of the tail, you see it? The horse is done.
Down, Belly of Jelly. Honesto's in front.
Go back and watch McKinsey throw in the towel to Vino Rosso. It was the same flip of the tail, and he said, "Screw this, I'm done."
Yeah.
It's the best feeling ever when you see that. Like you know you're just going right by. And I don't read horse language, but I know what that means.
All right, Oldie, let me get you out to Tampa.
All right. Well, it's a little more than I want, but this is what my Tampa late pick 5 is.
Singling the 6 here, huh?
Yes. This just, amongst these races, this is the race that I thought had the weakest field outside the 6. I watched video on this 4 for Sherry, Belbiv, and DeVoe here. And the gallop out was impressive. The horse looked impressive, but it got a sub 23-second pace to run into, and all the horses were dead tired, except for this horse, which was, 12 lengths back to start off with.
Okay.
And I don't see that pace happening here. It also isn't facing horses like that, the GSR goes down. I'm not sure it wants a mile, even though this says 8.18, it's actually a mile there. So for me, if I can do that from a video, and the 9's the other kind of threat, logical second choice, as I put it here. But, I just think Zulu Kingdom might be better than these.
What about the 4?
I literally just went through why I don't like the 4.
I mean, why could you not like the 4?
All the positives aside, I'm going to read you directly from the notes. I don't get it here. This was a last out maiden winner that passed tired horses in a weak field, showing no early speed. So you have two options here. Either this is a closing monster, or it was a late pace mirage based on passing tired horses. From the video I watched on this, from that race, it was a late pace mirage based on passing extremely exhausted horses.
Well, Matt knows who likes the 4.
And the 8 lengths on the chart was actually 5 lengths too. Not that that makes it less impressive, still impressive, but it was 5 lengths. There's no way that was 8 lengths. And GSR goes down on the cut down to a mile. Did not run well or did not run great first time out at a mile. I think this horse wants longer, not shorter. Those would be all my reasons.
Matt, what say you?
I'm looking at well, first of all, I say PHP in the house. What's up, Noah? The doubles are somewhat instructive here. 4, 6, and 9 all took about the same amount of money. 6 took more in the pick 3 pool. So, yeah, look, this horse is, this is one of these Breeders' Cup horses coming back. It's been,
yes,
I think, a pretty fair amount of layoff. This, to me, look, I haven't studied this race very closely. This, to me, looks like a great contest play. It seems to me if you can eliminate either the 4 or the 9, you can probably play one of them to back up the other. But at 9 to 5, this will probably come down a bit from 9 to 5 is my guess. But, yeah, this seems to have pretty good buzz. And Chris Couple says it's supposed to win.
and not only do I like Zulu Kingdom, but the 8 and the 1 would be my second and third picks here.
Yeah, which frankly would make me like the 6 more and be less tempted to do something with the 4 and the 9 if you legit didn't like them.
I think the 9 could potentially get caught up in the cheap speed early here, with the 5 and the 3 being the cheap speed. And if I miss here, by the way, I am going to, my long shot play of the day, and I know it's in the same one as the same race as Howard's long shot play, but it's a different horse. My long shot play of the day is the 10 in race 9 for Kathleen O'Connell, who I just think is going to get a very easy lead early there in a race with really no other speed.
Chris Couples is imploring you to add the 7 to leg 2 of that ticket. Guys, we just, Santa Anita, these post times, and we're covering the tournament today and the big day at Tampa. It's not aligning. They like to run on top of each other.
Yep.
Makes it very difficult for us. So I have it on my list, but the way the post times have worked out, it's just not something we're going to go to.
I will be right back. I'm going to take a quick pit stop.
Noah, I did just throw a bet down on that race, and I'm watching it with you.
Santa Anita?
Yeah.
Are they off?
Yeah. The the now 1-2 favorite.
Have been
is
well cleared
barely
throughout.
inching for the lead.
Coastal Cowgirl running super,
And losing it.
surges past under Edwin Maldonado, and running super certainly proved best. Coastal Cowgirl second, Blue Fashion third.
Where are the other horses?
1-2-5.
Crypto, Al, how you doing? Good to see you.
All right, I do have an exacta, which pays a pathetic 5-1. That's not that bad. Okay.
All right, we'll wait for Oli to get back here as we.
Yeah, Zulu Kingdom holding it 2-1.
This is a weird Uber neg thing that pop up on my phone. Get $10 off their first ride with Teen Riders 10. I probably don't want to be riding with teenagers.
Sorry, Mike Saletta.
All right, Oldie, we're dancing around here. A minute to post. $488,000 in the late pick 5 pool and growing.
Hey, quickly, is there a standout in the next?
We're just 1 minute from touchdown.
Oldie?
I mean, I like the 12. That was my top pick. The 11 and 12 were the two standouts, at least, if I go to the race sim.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, they pay 12 and 10-1 in the doubles, and those are by far the two lowest. That's to the 4. I just in general, those are the two definitely getting the action, mainly the 12. So you hit it on the head. 9-5 now. Okay, I'm in.
You're in.
6. Not crazy.
All right. They are still mulling around.
Oh, they're very mulling.
Yes. Chris Mullen. Still probably another minute or two. They're trying to get to what I believe was a $750,000 guarantee on the late pick 5.
Yeah, and they're inching there $3,000 at a time. Although in that last click, they will get there, but that's I wouldn't be shocked if they took another lap.
Oh, the Columbia Stakes.
Early adopted, first to move in right now, 5-1. Your post time favorite 9-5, number 6, Zulu Kingdom. 5-2 on the 4 rated win, 3-1 Dream On.
I wonder if the Tampa Bay Derby this year will be a pari-mutuel betting race, because it wasn't last year.
That is true.
The yellow cap, Revolutionary will have the big cap.
Last year's Tampa Bay Derby Day was a good day for me. That was the racecourse right before we went on the air. I singled at 47-1 horse
Mhm.
in the pick 4, early pick 4.
Pick 5, Cool Head North, $750 million.
$750 million.
Yeah, the race is on the Columbia Stage. East Cloud asks for speed. Zulu Kingdom is close up, and Fremont from the outside. Those three are quickest as they come by us for the first time. Should be Peace Cloud. Go just in front. Zulu Kingdom in that second position. Fremont is third, so length off the top pair. The two back to Sky Masters and Reagan's Whip. They race together fourth and fifth. They're two clear early adopter. Blue Share and Gray. It's the early trainer. Seventh and last as the Columbia Field goes by that 6 furlong marker. Peace Cloud a length in front. Zulu Kingdom. How wide is Dream On, who's racing 3 deep in third, so length and a half.
The 9, Dream On, the Depeche Mode horse.
Dream On was that great HBO series. I've thought constantly in movie quotes.
3 seconds, the opening quarter mile time. As Peace Cloud gets the pressure now from Zulu Kingdom. Dream On still perched out 3 deep, a length and a half off the lead. So they run past the half-mile pole. Just 3.5 furlongs left in the Columbia. 46 seconds was the opening half-mile time. Peace Cloud, Zulu Kingdom tugging up right alongside. 3 deep, there goes Dream On, still a length back in third.
4 is way closer today.
Starting to come to the race now.
Yep.
Right now. They stay toward the inside of Dream On, so Reagan's Whip going to need a seam. Zulu Kingdom takes over the lead. Zulu Kingdom, here's
4 is loaded.
One of these two hooked up at the top of the stretch. They put a length and a half on Peace Cloud. Early adopter trying to run up. Revolutionary was last early. He's up to fifth. The Gray starting to roll down the outside. Zulu Kingdom by the 8 pole. The lead still about a length. Reagan's Whip, second. Revolutionary, early adopter. They're back third. Fourth.
6 is going to get him.
Still there. Reagan's Whip trying to surge.
Yeah.
Willie?
Yeah.
Reagan's Whip had a good one second. All the way back to early adopter.
Yes. 6-4 exacta for me.
Nice. Good one.
And, the 4 wins the gallop out.
Howard.
Honestly, I listened to Howard's show this week, so that's why I made the comment. But my video on the 4 said that the 4 wanted longer, not shorter, and that was partially because of the gallop out.
Who ran third?
I think the 8, but don't quote me on that.
Who is the inside horse?
6-4 photo.
The photo, so we'll find out in a minute.
It doesn't answer my question. Who is the inside horse?
33.2.
The inside what?
The inside.
Oh my God. What am I listening to? This is like
I asked you who the inside horse was with the 8.
The 1, apparently, but I did
No,
not.
I can see that now. It's on the screen.
Chris, why didn't you like that 4 horse, Oldie?
You want me to explain again?
Oh my
Well,
God.
if we had the right to CDI video, I
feel
would
like
actually
Larry-
show the video.
I feel like Larry listening to Mo and Curly going at it. This is fantastic.
All right. 339.
Fairgrounds. No. Somehow Fairgrounds race 5 is going off after Tampa race 7 and after Aqueduct race 7. Am I missing? Maybe I confused myself there.
Yeah, let's go to Aqueduct Oldie, race number 7.
All right, we have here. I'll just pull up the pick 5 as a pick 4 here so we can see what we had. We have the 2, 5, 6, 8.
2, 5, 6, 8. Okay.
And the 6 is getting hammered for Christoph and his Clement. This horse is shipping in from Payson Park.
He's shitting in?
Yes, and shipping, both of them.
Okay.
But Chris, isn't that the sign that you're enjoying yourself?
Yeah, it is.
Just wait. I have some. If you're in person at the NHC next week, Chris, I have some derailing props as well.
Well, good. I will be at home Friday and Saturday. You guys will be on your own on Sunday. But yeah,
Well,
should be.
when in Vegas, I'm going to become a Carrot Top like prop comic for the weekend.
Well, bring a wig. Bring a red wig, because you can't be a Carrot Top without anything up top.
I'll shave Corey's head and paste his hair to my head.
That would be hilarious.
All right, so Lightning Strike is getting
2-5.
hammered.
Hammered.
Now uneven money. Top win, but not in the top picks. One of two Clements here. It's the one coming in from Florida. You have Juliana's Dream for Chris and his Engelhart. This horse has given it up late twice.
Never gonna give it up. Never gonna let me down.
Never gonna run around.
The best is when he actually performed that with the Foo Fighters.
Where's New York Drive? Dave? He is in full study mode,
Yeah.
Scott, for the NHC.
Yeah, he shuts down.
Post time.
I'm gonna see him Monday night.
Fed up with the bed. Goes in. Lightning
Yeah, I
strike.
took a break for this show to do that.
Yes, because you're known for your studying of races and preparation on that
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean, the cool part is I'm ready. I'm there. I'm ready.
Well, yeah, you have your phone.
That's it. I'm ready.
You were born ready.
The vet.
3 to 4.
2, 5, 6, and 8.
3 to 4. So Walter Payton,
No, he's 4 to 5.
All set.
Gary Fensick. I could do this all day.
Now he's 7 to 2.
Green. Throw right top towards the outside of the event. The early mix 2 is rapid dearly leading with Kalisa joining them. Here comes Kalisa ready to challenge. The rail moving forward is fed up with the vet. That's the leading 4. So 4 outside. Lightning Strike travels there with Will of a Woman.
Okay, you happy now?
Juliana's Green. Second last is Lady Garcia.
Am I happy with what?
You got all 4 of the horses there.
Not unless you stop the race now.
You can't stop the race now. They won't let you.
I mean, if a jockey were to jump off. No, they still didn't stop it then either, did they?
No. The only time that they stop it is if somebody gets going to get run over.
Yeah, and then it doesn't count. So we don't want that.
No. We need that 9 to go the hell away. That was the single there, Oldie.
Yeah.
Long gone.
Every single stride.
That
Gone. Done.
Lightning Strikes.
Oh my.
The band's song would be Alive. Sorry, Live.
No one else.
Fairgrounds, I believe we all are alive to a horse in this last.
The 6.
All right. Well, I was contrary in here. I played the 1 scat free. Scott free. No.
Coming up to the gate here.
Scat free. That's scat free.
No, but it's scat free out of Scott free. Actually, it's out of Scat's sister.
It's out of scat daddy. Yeah. Scat.
And then we're off to Gulfstream after this. And then Tampa.
The horses have reached the starting gate. It is now post time.
Strong opinion here, Oldie.
Scat free.
It's possible. I mean, I'm trying to make some money, so I
Maroon gold cross ashes of national.
threw out a couple favorites here in a pick 3.
Jeff Thornton, Uxball coming up. We'll take it. 4 to 5 favorite. Hector Brothers for Dallas Stewart. We'll take it at one more. Kobe
I
Hernandez.
mean, if it gets on the lead, it has a shot. It's beaten 60 SORs. This is a 56.
And the Uxball broke well. Scatfree toward the inside, going to the front straightaway for Big Tomorrow. Scatfree takes charge of the pace as they enter the first turn from sharp starting Uxball.
We went up 8-1.
Towering score, Glenn Aries the tarpaulin blue, and Glenn Aries covering a lot of ground on the first turn. Now at the 6.
I love that tree.
Scatfree dictates terms easily. We'll take it, comes up the rail, and first off since the Manitoba Derby for Bricklayer.
The Manitoba Derby.
The front runner Scatfree. So Scatfree covers a quarter. Nice and easy.
What are you going to do, man, if they have Twin Spires contest at
It's Scatfree.
Manitoba?
A half mile from home.
Bassanobia Downs.
Second with National Eclipse.
What am I going to do?
Binary fourth on the front side.
You can't play in those pools.
Meantime, we'll take it. Here the rail. Just held up there. We'll take it. Has
I'm going to play the contest like a normal person.
Peter Scatfree, Bricklayer Treads. Yes, Scatfree. Scatfree's been in charge of the pace. Half mile, 47.85 seconds. This is 3 furlongs from home. Rival still aiming for Scatfree. Glenary is gearing up. Here's Glenary coming up now to Scatfree. Uxball with National Eclipse. Bricklayer will take it. Tips to an outside pass and Towering Storm Lance. Heads to turn for home. It's Scatfree. Has run him a long way. 3/4, 1 at 12.55 seconds with Mitchell Merle. Scatfree tightens that rail up on National Eclipse. Glenary continues to charge now and tries to get level with Scatfree. Scatfree sticking that neck out. From between horses, Glenary. National Eclipse in a tight spot with the rail. And here's Will.
Six is going to get up, I think.
Yep.
Yep.
Will take it, does. Will take
Room
it.
for you guys.
By a long second, Glenary.
That was a hunch play. I just figured after winning at 4 to 5, I would say we'll take it.
Yeah, 32 to 1 on the 32 to 1 on the pick 3, and a lot of times.
All right, Gulfstream.
Yeah. Gulfstream.
All right, I need 2 seconds, guys. The wife just got home from a long run, and I want to see how that went.
All right, we'll be here.
Yeah.
All right, Oldie, it just annoys me that I have to remove this. Let me send Derek the link. Hold on.
It annoys me that at Gulfstream that the horse I liked scratched out of this race. By the way, the Oaklawn pick 5, if you had it, is paying to the favorite $78,000. Carryovers to the 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 11.
You are 100% correct, Dave. The most work Mac does for the NHG is Tino reservations, for sure. All right, Oldie. What do we got here? Field of 5. It's a Santa Anita race.
Yeah, the one was dangerous on the front end, scratched out. All these horses have about the same pace number. I'd be maybe 5-3 with the Pletcher horse in second, but I like the 5, the top pick. Best here, even though I don't like anything in this race all that much.
All right, well, you probably will have an opportunity to get out to Sanity here for the third race on the turf, Oldie.
Okay.
The Gulfstream race, Tampa Bay is running a little bit behind. Let me check where Oaklawn is.
Just left.
Oaklawn is off right now.
Okay, so
And again, the Oaklawn's been turf weighing it today in terms of prices. So, if the couple favorites don't win. Most of the horses are carryovers here. In fact, the horses that are on the horses in first, second, well, it looks like this 9 might steal this race late and keep it from going to carryover is going to pay $78,000.
Huh.
There.
I had it on a $21 ticket.
Yes, you had it straight. And just to go through that real fast while we wait for Gulfstream to go off, that was a $74 horse over a $17 horse over a $48.60 horse over a favorite at 1-1, and then over a $16 horse.
Who are you on here at Gulfstream, Oldie?
The 5, but I don't particularly like it. I don't really like any of these horses. This is a skip for me.
I agree. All right.
The horse I liked was the 1, Cruz de Catalina, who for Riley and his mott, who is out of the race due to scratch. The Itch Bob Scratch Pants.
The horses are at the gate. It's now post time. Moving in for a start, race number 7. Into a more.
Yeah, these are all bet so evenly in all these other pools.
On the outside,
not many clues here.
1 mile the trip, starting leg of a late pick 5 offering. They Remigate. Off and running to start the late pick 5. From the far outside, Silver Moonlight quick to begin. Moving up between horses, it's into Amore on the go. Brodery won't be.
This is what I thought might happen, that they're all similar pace numbers.
The entire field separated by about 3 lengths and the run out of the chute. Up front, it's now Here's the Kicker doing battle with Into Amore on the top end. Out in the center goes Silver Moonlight in third. Big Pond is in fourth now, racing between horses for Castellano. And the trailer is Brodery, who slides through at the inside. Now they're separated by 2.5. The opening quarter was 23 and 4. The race to the half-mile grounds. And on the inside, the gray, Here's the Kicker, leads narrowly. Into Amore is there second. Silver Moonlight is now third. Rotary is at the rail and being asked to work between horses while
there's a technical question on the NHC for you there, Matt.
They went a 46 and 2.
I'll wait until this is done and then answer.
Up here by Here's the Kicker. 3 furlongs from home and 3 parts in
the
front.
Answer is yes.
Racing second now, that's Into Amore. 3 wide and asked to quicken.
Hello, Derek.
Now third.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Lane, still
hello, Derek.
Racing fourth. The first to drop out is Silver Moonlight.
Cashing some tickets here and there.
Roll all the way. They're under the
better than me
then.
then.
After a quarter of a mile from home. Here's the Kicker, still has the lead. Into Amore is second. Brodery sliding through at the inside. Big Pond on the far outside. 4 chances here as they straighten for the
great horse.
Kicker still finding here. In fact, responding nicely and opening up. Here's the Kicker now by 5. Battle strictly for minor placings here at the rail. Brodery in between. Into Amore. Big Pond on the outside. Here's the Kicker, dominant. Second.
Right,
Into Amore.
They give you mandatories. Obviously, you have no choice but to focus on that. For purposes of the rest, I mean, it's up to you. There's some people that just say, I only know a few tracks, and that's what I'm going to do. There are some people that say, I don't like betting maiden claimers or cheap claimers, so I'm going to scratch those races. There's all sorts of ways that people whittle things down. But at the end of the day, I do not look at every race, not even close. I just tend to try to find spots that look competitive with decent prices. And there might be a track or 2 running that day where I just say, you know what, it's enough. It's too many. I don't need the Laurel races today. I don't need the Gulfstream races. Just pick a track and just say, it's overwhelming and I can find other good spots in all these other races. So I wouldn't get overly concerned that somehow you're going to miss the needle in the haystack of the one race that you didn't review. obviously the more you can take a look at, the better. But to me, I think there's a lot of overanalysis, to be honest, and I would just keep it simple and, find tracks or race types to avoid and then look at the rest.
Let's face it. At the end of the sheet, the best thing you're good for is dinner reservations.
Dinner reservations and cash doubles as we go. Yeah.
All right, Oldie, Saturday to race 3.
Oh, the Special Flower or the Gem Mine here. Similar pace on the turf. Neither look like they can rate. Maybe Gem Mine can a little bit. But the price is a little better on Gem Mine. I'd go with 3 Gem Mine here and hope the horse can rate a little bit. Other than that, you might have to look at somebody like the 2 or the 5 or 4 closing, just based on the pace here. The 5 does look like it can close a little bit, just may not like turf, but taking a big drop, that's probably where I would go in terms of a closer.
I agree, Sylvain, and we will have a good time. I'll point out, just looking at the odds board for Santa Anita, especially given the mental significance that people give a morning line where the horse is divisible by 5, it is of significance that Gem Mine got bet just about as hard as Special Flower in some of these multis. So that's an argument for your 3.
I mean, to be honest, the 1, 3, and 6 all look like they could, and the 7 all look like they could battle on the front end.
Yeah, well, they might. And for 6.5 furlongs, I think they can, depending on how crazy it is. I mean,
yeah.
All right, I'll put a couple bucks on that 3. Is there a horse next race we like, or is that too far a stretch right now?
I mean, Happy Sue looks like she's got a big pace advantage, but she hasn't been able to finish off races. But from an odds,
I like the 4 in the next race. O'Neill, you're getting a good morning line versus E morning line. 10-1 and 21%.
Okay. Touched.
Thank you, Chris. We're glad to have you aboard here. Derek, you got anything going in terms of pick 5s, pick 4s?
I have the Aqueduct.
Contest?
Yeah, I got the Aqueduct pick 5 going right now. I didn't really do much else because I was in the Oaklawn tournament, just not for too long. I was out in the 4th race, which I haven't checked. Is Brad made a little move? Is he still moving, or is he?
Yeah, let's do a quick update over there. So they did finish with 86 entries. I think they're going to be happy with that number. That's 4 full seats and $1,500 to 5th. The guy who's been in first all day, Jim Joyce, is still there. My friend Ryan Petruniak, who has become a definite Jedi student of sorts, is killing it at Twin Spires. He's in 2nd right now. He just made a nice move in the last race with a nice double. Adam Fox has been up there all day. Carl Groberg got passed by a couple people, but he's been up there all day. So, but the totals, I'm not trying to be shitty to anybody. The totals are kind of low right now. 1,200, 700, 600. So I look down the board. There's a ton of people still very, very in there.
And Michael just picked up a nice. It looks like he moved up 34 spots.
Yeah, Mike Soletta and Brad Anderson are in
6, 7. I like them right there. That's good for them.
And they're off.
And Matt Gum in 9th. He's a killer.
Special Flower is going out for the early lead. Happy has speed too. And those two will come on to the dirt part of the race together. Here's September Magic moving through along the inside 3rd. Then Annie's Joy is in 4th.
Of course,
Mine with
the 5, the horse I said might be the best closer, is up on the lead.
Ace Baby and Strange Addiction is already 10.
Well, then this is over.
Front running Happy, who goes by the half mile.
Well, at,
This is
Special
gonna
at
be
Flower in
almost
second.
24
September
seconds,
Magic a close-up third.
going
Then
6.5
Annie's
furlongs,
Joy,
it may
fourth,
be
3
over.
lengths off the lead. Gem Mine is the gray, followed by
I'm
Ace
saying
Ace
close is
Baby,
the
4
best.
clear of
It's
Strange
gonna be
Addiction.
something.
Happy takes him around the far turn. A half length in front. Special Flower is right there in second. Another length and a half back. Comes September Magic at the rail. Outside of her comes Annie's Joy in fourth there at the top of the stretch. Happy, Special Flower 1-2 most of the way. September Magic is down on the inside. Annie's Joy, Ace Ace Baby picking it up in the center of the course. Happy still in front with a 2-length lead close to home.
That's a
And
boom.
it will be
There you
Happy.
go, Oldie.
Happy in front running fashion.
I am not
Second
going to
Ace
sing
Ace
the
Baby. It is a
Pharrell
tight
Williams
photo for
song.
third between September Magic and Special Flower.
I see the goal. I see the goal light in the back.
Because I'm happy.
Oh, you wanted to though.
I know. It's stuck in my head now. It's the kind of song, once you think about it, it doesn't leave your head.
All right, out to Tampa Bay Downs, Oldie.
Oh, this is a big one. This is the second half of that double.
So what are you alive to laser sharp here?
The most.
All of it?
I have the 11 and the 12, but the 12
Okay.
the most. Give me a second. These are doubles for, can I just say multi-$100 doubles?
Multi-$100 doubles.
You'll note in my note that I make mention of the fact that the 12 is aided by these scratches and being able to come to the inside to the 8 post here as well, because a horse with no speed from the 12 post at
Yes.
Tampa, that's no good. Does appear like he'll get a setup.
And I bet them lazily, so I have them both for the same amount. So I suppose I'm rooting for the 11, but truthfully, just get either one home, and I'll maybe a little river dance. We'll come up with something to do right.
I think we'd get a huge crowd for a Matt Miller river dance.
Yeah, we would.
Matt Miller, Lord of the Dance.
Oh yeah, and I mean, if I'm really into it, I don't care how stupid I look. I have no problem. If I'm happy enough, go ahead. Make fun all you want.
And you probably would look pretty stupid, right? Or is that
I know what I'm doing. I got some pretty good flourishes and stuff. I've learned a lot from Valentina Shevchenko, who is not a river dancer, but she is a UFC fighter that puts on a dance after winning. She's got some moves that I've tried to work in. So, yeah, make fun of me all you want. If I've won, I don't care.
This was the non-stakes race sandwiched into the stakes races.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's not. I hope it looks just like that. Let's just leave that there like last time, and we can say, oh my God, it's exactly the same.
That was insane. I got to send that to Scotty after the show, too.
Which one?
That time.
Race 5. Sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
I was saying that it was that time that the system worked, and
Yeah.
the generator, the race simulator. I mean, when I say that the thing painted the picture of the race perfectly, I mean, it's like they took the real race and turned it into these characters. It was, and even at the end, it was exactly what it looked like. It was. They're not all that perfect, but that was pretty solid.
So Matt, do you have anything with like the 13 or the 5 with the big speed or no?
Nope. I just listened to your friend up at the top of the screen and hit the 2 picks hard. I'm not and I don't mean this in a judgy. I don't want to sound judgmental. Like, I'm just not a spreader. And when he says I got 2 horses, I'm good with that.
Yeah, that worked the last time you said that exact thing. They finished 1-2 at Oaklawn, I remember.
We could definitely use the 9's kind of interesting to me here, guys. I don't know if you've looked at the second time Kevin Rice. He's 18% second time off the claim.
Thank you.
I don't think he can win, but is an interesting long shot. I don't think the Kevin has access to the envelopes, though.
No, he's more of a folders guy.
Folders. What about Adam?
Adam is more like either a brooch or a pterodactyl.
All right, we're circling. Got almost 250 in the pick 4 pool.
Yeah, we'll probably be able to skip Oaklawn next and go to, well, we might be able to get Oaklawn. They're 9 out. Aqueduct is 6 out. We'll see.
You know, pretty soon the Aqueduct turf course is going to open.
Like the last time, right? No, one more year.
So, Chris, I know it's a question that's going to come up later. UFC tonight is a banger. The final fight is fantastic. Alex Pereira is just about, both fighters are about -110 right now. And I'm not saying he's a lock, but he is absolutely the best. And to be able to get those kind of odds on that kind of fighter, that's getting my money tonight. And this fight is not going the distance.
All right. Well, when I get up at 3:30 in the morning to take a whiz, I'll see what the results are.
Yeah.
It might just be going off at that point.
Yeah.
That's the way these things go.
Well, for a while during COVID, they would do it in the Middle East or whatever. And so some of these did go really late. It's been better now, where a lot of them are ending Central Time at 11 o'clock. That's kind of reasonable. But for a while, it was, it's not great when you have buddies pooping out saying, I'm tired and I want to go home before the final fight. Like that's not good.
No. All right, we've got some level of a video problem here. Let's see.
Well, they're in the gate.
There we go.
They're ready to go.
And our race is on. Bit of a stumble there for EI in the center.
No.
Snow Day was sprints right after the early advantage. Silver Slugger, EI, that slow beginning is right there. Second position early on. Dither was way forward. He had red, white, and green colors and amongst horses. Like 4 back to Songwriter becomes Big Louie, the purple, who's 6th. Breakers 2 more. Back to American Warrior. Laser Sharp is toward the back early on second last. Kentaro was the early trainer as they battle up on the top end. EI trying to come through inside of Silver Slugger. Snow Day in a bit of a tight spot there. Had to check out of there after the 22-second opening quarter mile. Silver Slugger just in front of EI. Dither and a wide Songwriter. They're trying to run up from 3rd and 4th. 2 more back to Big Louie. Snow Day being passed by Laser Sharp, who's up to about 6th right now. On the outside, about 4.5 behind Silver Slugger. Silver Slugger comes to the top of the stretch. Now opens that lead to a length and a half. Dither chases from 2nd. EI is 3rd. Laser Sharp trying to wind up 4th between horses. Big Louie is putting in a nice rally. Silver Slugger has to make another furlong. Silver Slugger by 2. Laser Sharp trying to get to the
Maybe don't look back behind you and ride your horse.
Whoa, Nelly.
Laser Sharp 2.5.
I'll take it. Second choice.
Thank you very much.
Good job, Matt. Not with the dancing, with the betting.
No, the dancing's terrible. I don't even know what I was singing to myself, but that's when your 2 horses are ahead like that, it is just the best feeling. Like there's no one coming like, oh my gosh, thank you.
Yeah.
Nice call, Oldie. I'm glad. And look, it's not a great lesson to reinforce for people. I did bet those horses equally, and I probably should have Dutched them a little heavier in favor of the 12. I just got lazy. And okay, it worked out there, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that next time. I'd be a little more patient with my betting.
But that's exactly what I was going to say. And it ended up working out in your favor. Sometimes being lazy does work.
Right, but it doesn't make it the right thing to do. And I knew I was being lazy when I did it. And okay, I'm glad. That's good. But that was, I mean, frankly, your opinion was more on the 12. And so I should have had that more, but I didn't.
And you know, those two opinions were all in the notes too, that are available as part of any E package in the E analysis, workouts and horse analysis section.
Why do you need any of that stuff? Just come to these shows and we'll just talk it out. And we just
then we'd have to do these shows every day.
That's true.
All right, Oli, let's get on.
Not that people should be playing every day. Let me put the brakes on that. But you know, the key piece for me was this horse had tactical speed, and the other speeds in that race needed the lead. Whether it be Dither or Big Louie or Ia or Snow Name, they all needed the lead.
All right. That's how the owner wanted you to pronounce that. No, Tony, the 11-1. That owner wanted you to pronounce that. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, not just Ia. Like,
if it won, it could get that pronunciation from me. It didn't win.
All right, Oli. Aqueduct race 8.
Aqueduct race 8. We are spread here.
Single in the next race?
Singles in the next, yes.
Okay.
Was Doc Sullivan the name of a character in Field of Dreams?
It might have been.
Wasn't he the guy that had to choose between helping the kid and following his base? I could have that wrong.
I don't hate your. Let me just. I feel like now I got to look that up.
Well, while you're doing that, the 4 and the 7. Oh boy! So the pick 3 does not paint a clear picture at all on who's favored. There are a lot of clustered horses. As I look at the double, the 4 and the 7 got the most money, but it's not like super overwhelming. The 8 took a bunch. So for me, again, this is just one angle, but the betting on this race points me to nobody. Burt Lancaster, great call. Wow. But was that him? I know his name was Doc, but I feel like I'm making up the Sullivan part.
It does look like you were making up the Sullivan part based on what I'm seeing on Google.
Doc,
What do we have here?
Doc Graham. That was his name.
Well, what do we have here? We have the 1, 3, 4, 7, 8.
1, 3, 4, 7, 8.
Yeah. And those, yeah, that makes sense.
So bet the 6.
So bet the 5 is.
I was gonna say the 5 is the one that I'm scared of that I left off my ticket.
Well, the 6 is the only one that doesn't have a red arrow.
Magical Ways. Or does this break? I mean, even if this breaks down, the 1 or the 3 should be better closer than Ringus, the 9. I want to call Dingus. And the Duke of Gloucester. Who reminds me of the old enhancement talent from the 80s on WWE Superstars and some of that stuff, the Duke of Dorchester.
Yeah, the Brutus Beefcake would have cut his hair off.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that episode? That was unbelievable. Cut off someone's hair in the middle of the ring.
First you do the strutting, then you do the cutting.
God, that was unbelievable. It was so entertaining. So stupid.
Yes,
So
with
Oldie,
hedge clippers.
no 5, 6, 9, and 10.
Classic Legacy.
Right?
Yes.
Those are the faders. Okay.
If I had to take a long shot, it'd either be the 5 or the 9 here.
It's the 6. Trust me.
3 left. Doc Sullivan goes in. Ruckus.
And no one forces you to take long shots, so don't worry.
I'm not. I'm just saying if I had to.
The outside.
If I needed
Gloucester.
$40 in a $2 win place tournament.
Yeah. We got to be thinking that way coming up.
Goes in. All set. And they're off. Slow start for a winning. It's going to be the early trailer. Has early speed. Castellation goes right up to the front with Doc Sullivan towards the outside. General Baker, since that early mix 2 is moving forward, is the Between Horses Classic Legacy. Outriders, Rungus, that's the leading 5. Moving up there, goes Magical Ways is in the center of the racetrack. This follow up to the far outside of Duke of Gloucester. Then comes with it.
I just want to say to the 9, I wasn't serious, and please go away.
4 mile. Castatius in front, challenging his Rungus to the outside. Doc Sullivan, the rail is wide open, and General Banker's going to take it. General Banker's going to apply pressure. And
leave the rail open. That's smart.
You'll never convince me why they do that.
We'll take the 3.
Expected value to the rail as well. Move through towards the inside is taking a shared third with Doc Sullivan moving forward. Outside, that's Rungus. Then comes Magical Ways in behind them. Duke of Gloucester losing ground there with Classic Legacy is now going to be the trailer with Win It. They're well into the far turn, and the leader is General Banker, 47.51 for half mile time. Cascais is back for more.
1 is okay as well.
Yeah. I think General Banker's got something left here.
Making up some ground from 4th. They reach the top of the stretch. General Banker is gutting it out towards
Go away, 7.
General Banker, Cascais, expected value down the center of the racetrack. Magical Ways is making up some ground too. General Banker keeps fighting on. It's General Banker, expected value. Magical Ways with some like momentum for its inside. General Banker is so game. And General Banker is still there. General Banker gets the victory over. And they came Magical Ways. The light run there from Doc Sullivan.
Derek, we have a three-way pick 5 ticket between Oldie, Matt, and I.
It's what you would call a bet chip.
I did not have the 3, but I also don't think the 3 would win if the 7 knows to stay on the rail. But
makes absolutely no sense, Derek. I mean, you have one job there, and that's to force the other horses to have to shift and move.
Yep.
All right, Gulfstream Park, race number 8.
Gulfstream Park, race number 8. The 3 Candy Quest looks like the pace here. For Mark and his Cassie, stretching out. But let's look at the race sim here. I'll cheat and get to the end. So why not a 3-7-6 try and hope that the race sim is right here?
I mean, I can't believe you're getting 6-1 on this 3.
Well, if the one's as cheap as it may look here and beyond belief, and it breaks slow, the 3 could get a really easy lead here. 3 is not the best breaker either, though. Who is getting bet here? It is the 6 Rare Art, the slowest horse in the race. For the other Dutch row.
That guy's gonna have to come around everyone. I would go with a 3-7 exact for fun. That's what I'm gonna do. Nothing big. Do a little $5 one.
Well, and what always happens to me is when I don't use Jack Sisterton beats me. And when I do use Jack Sisterton, his horses finish dead last.
That's how I feel about Flavian Pratt. And he finally wins one today and can't be terrible riding the rest of the day so far.
Well, I think he'll have some. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think the next race he's got a good shot.
Yeah.
I don't particularly like either of the Chad Brown closers in the Tampa Derby.
Yep.
But there could be enough pace for them. We'll see.
No, I like in the Oaks. I like Ortiz and Cassie. Nitrogen. I think that was my single until.
Mm-hmm. Nitrogen was a horse that David loved. He had some connection there and some tip there on Nitrogen back when it ran in the Natama and one of the other races that was on there. So you're going with a 3-7 exacta. It's the other Cassie that's getting back to the 5 flip-flops.
Who do you guys have next in Aqueduct? I know it's a ways away, but I just want to know.
We're single to the 3 there.
Yeah. I hope you lose. I hope my horse wins.
Who do you have there?
That is a
I own a part of Skytown, the 2, in the Gander Stakes.
We took this, so I ended up going mostly with the ticket generator there.
I mean, I agree with the 3. I think the 3 is awesome. I had 2-3. You can't leave your own horse out of a.
I was gonna say, I for one, I'm not gonna be stubborn. Had I had any idea of that, we would have stuck the horse in.
Yeah, of course.
I don't think he's of the quality of Moplex personally.
No, but there's no way I'm going to sit here with the owner of the horse watching the race, like rooting against your horse. I mean, that ownership takes it to a whole nother level. Like that's
very partial ownership. So
yeah,
it's
still don't give me that. I've been with people that have partial ownership. They're jumping as high as they fucking can.
Oh yeah, no, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Tony Dutrow trains. John Velasquez rides. 5-2 Origami. Jack Sisterson goes to Javier Castellano for the riding assignment. Gary Barber, hot pink and black, worn by Luis Saez.
It's
on
not usually
flip-flops.
as mean as I hope you lose. It's a little rough.
No, but I mean, I think, like
People
I said,
couch it like, well, if I don't do well, I hope you're just, boom, I hope you lose. Like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if my horse loses, I mean, I'll have the 3. So
I mean, we could have said the same thing back, and we didn't say that to you. I'm just saying.
You should hope I lose. I have no problem with that. I'm always.
I don't want you to lose. It's your horse.
Yeah, but you're not rooting against people. You're rooting for yourself. I always believe there's nothing wrong with that.
In hand in second is Origami, out in the middle, El Jury. Then in between horses in Candy Quest. Back from there, Jalila races outside of flip-flops. Then the race favorite, Rare Art. Sachet Away is toward the inside. And the early trailer is a nail.
The 3 didn't get the message that he was supposed to be in the lead.
And with rail position and the lead, beyond
He's going to go.
What is the 7 doing?
And fighting the rating, Sachet Away.
It's like he's learning to drive stick.
Opening quarter stanza. And the leader is still beyond belief.
He's sashaying away.
Almost the length from El Jury in second, tugging on the outside. That's Sachet Away now third. Origami fourth at the inside, followed between horses by Candy Quest. Getting started on the outside, Jalila tucked in toward the rail, flip-flops, then Rare Art and Anel. They went the half in 47-1 as they make their way to the final half mile. Beyond Belief has it by a neck. El Jury is alongside in second, Sachet Away parked wide on the course. Origami stays parked at the inside. In between horses in Candy Quest. Back from there, flip-flops. She got inside of Jalila. Rare Art, meanwhile, is wide and not progressing. And Anel is last. Around the far turn they go. They went 3/4 in 1:10-3, and they try to get to Beyond Belief, who still has the lead. On the outside, Candy
Could
Quest,
be a Cassie exacta
Black,
here.
hooked to the center for a run. Origami tries to slide through at the rail. They're off the turn. They're in the drive. Here comes charging hard to take on Candy Quest, and Anel down the center. Final 16th of a mile. Candy
Three's
Quest
gonna
has
hold.
the lead. Candy Quest with the length to work with, and that's enough.
Come on.
Candy Quest will win it. Anel is second, flip-flops third, fourth Jalila, then Origami in 141-1.
There you go, Derek.
Matt, you will not be surprised, Matt, that the late money came in on the 3 and it went from 6 to 1 to 3 to 1.
There went $150 down the drain on that move. I had 50 to win on them, and I was thinking I won 300.
Yep. One of the many reasons that's unlikely to ever happen to me again at that place.
All right, Oldie. Let's get out to Santa Anita.
Oh, this is going to be disgusting listening to him just say this word.
All right, we're getting out to Santa Anita, race 4. Happy Sue is 5 to 1.
Sexy's being
Sexy is uneven money, 1 to 2. This horse must be working like a monster.
Yeah, he is. 2 pluses.
Goodbye, Ross.
Yeah, but not the most positive of the comments you could get.
No. But you can't see who they were working with. So, work well in company is a horse going in a stakes race. But it's a maiden claiming, so I can't imagine.
But it's made an optional, and the horse isn't in for a tag.
Oh, I read that wrong. There you go. That makes more sense.
I mean, looks like it has no speed either. I know normally you're supposed to play the board here, Matt, but
it's just it's quite curious in my opinion. I mean, the horse definitely took.
Is it a My Race horse or something that it? No. Saints and Sinners and Seahawk Racing.
Yeah, I mean, look, for me, this is a perfect example where I come into a race liking Happy Sue. I'm looking at 9 to 2. I'm looking at a horse that's very cold in the double payouts. The 5 got the living shit bit out of it in the daily double at 3 to 5. It's maiden optional claiming, which essentially means there's a lot of inside info the rest of us don't all have on these newer horses. And for me, if you're not going to get on board with the 5, I think it's just a pass. But I'm not chasing this horse at 9 to 2 and losing to a 3 to 5 shot that I know felt obvious, at least based on the board. So that's why, to me, the alternative to one bet isn't another. Sometimes it's just, I'm just going to watch and I'm not going to get hurt here. I just lost confidence because I was with you guys on Happy Sue, and yet not anymore.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean,
I think your long shot options here are the 1 and the 6. I like Powell as a long shot option, but entertainment play on the 1 and the 6. That would be about it for me.
I got to assume the 5's either going to win very easily or not hit the board. So I'm going with the 3, and I'm going to go 3, 1, 4.
And don't get surprised that 3 is going to be 3 to 1 or 7 to 2. Don't get pissed off. I think that's just going to happen. So be ready for it.
Yeah, the horses have reached the
that's because I said I'm betting
time.
Right?
They're loading in the gate for the 4th.
That's just my guess, just based on the direction of where things are going. That's what it looks like, but we'll see.
All right, out to Tampa Bay after this. Unless Aqueduct is going to go up before. No, Aqueduct is going to go up there.
Last
9
few
to
left
5 will be right now on Moplex
Happy
RC.
Sue coming up. Ready to risk it all. We're in the gate. They're off. Don't Tell Our Wives. Here's Maximum Gold coming through along the inside, and in between them, Happy Sue. So Happy Sue is the quickest. Maximum Gold at the rail, and Don't Tell Our Wives third. Another 4 back to Sexy, who races right next to Ready to Risk It All. Down at the rail, Little Misbehaving, and Joyful Mischief at the back of the field. Half mile left to go, and Happy Sue, the leader.
Five's
Don't
in a really
Tell
tough
Our Wives
spot right
presses
now,
the
too,
issue from
and not
second.
running.
Maximum Gold retreating third. Here's Ready to Risk It All, inching up on the outside fourth, followed by Little Misbehaving. Sexy still has a lot of work to do, 8 lengths off the lead, and 3 clear of Joyful Mischief.
Run away.
They have a quarter of a mile to go, and Happy Sue goes on willingly.
Wave goodbye,
And
Happy Sue.
Sue cruising
away.
to the top of the stretch, opens it up to 2.5 on Don't
Come on,
Tell Our
Greg.
Wives. Now it's 3. Maximum Gold is in third, and they are followed by
Five
Ready to Risk
is
It
trying
All.
to finish
Final
last.
furlong.
But we're
Happy
gonna get
Sue,
caught here,
3-length lead.
I think,
Here's
on the
Maximum
three. Those
Gold
strides
with
are
a big
getting
run on
really
the
short.
outside of Don't Tell Our Wives. It's Happy Sue in front. Here's the line.
Come on, where's that wire?
Happy Sue
There we
won it.
go.
Very
Nice.
close photo between
I
Don't
think
Tell
it
Our
said that
Wives
one of the
and
6 was
Maximum
two
Gold.
best
A
shots.
long way back, a
You
photo
did,
for
yes.
fourth between Ready to Risk It All and Joyful
Oh,
Mischief.
and for people listening, there's extra money to be made there. It's one thing to hit the winner. It's another thing to call the winner with the favorite out of the money. That's a big deal. And
Yep.
if you can bet that way, holy hell.
It just didn't make it. That horse just made no sense that it was getting bet that way.
All right. Well, let's hope the
And
triple.
for
pays
once,
us.
that the inside information was wrong.
Although they did come together quite a bit at the end, but I agree with you. And look, I'll be the first to say it. The CAWs are not always right. I talk about this in my tournament updates where you will see me say, especially at tracks like Turfway that don't take a lot of handle, I got a late odds bump where, right, the CAWs got it wrong and I went from 3 to 4 to 1. It does happen. It's just not as often as it goes the other way.
And he stayed at 3 to 1. That's great. Wow, what a bet. This is good.
Yeah.
What do you think the triple's going to be? I got $1 on it, so I'm hoping it's something.
I think it's going to be pretty nice.
Because the 6 came in second, right?
Yeah.
It was either
was
the 6 or the
close.
1. I mean,
He
either
was-
way.
It was
I think it was
tough,
the 6.
but I think the 6 got it, and I think it's the best.
I think that might be good. Why did I bet the 6 in my exacta?
All right.
I just had a win bet on the 3, so.
Tampa Bay Downs race number 9, 3 minutes to go.
All right, so I referred to this in my notes on Saffron Moon as what appears to be a Chad Brown bull.
Derek, the finish at 3:16 at Santa Anita.
The one did Edging.
Oh, well, I got my exacta then, but it probably killed my triple. Like, I bet you that will make it much less than triple.
With that 5 horse out, I still think you did okay. That helps a ton.
It's going to pay 40 to 1.
I only have $1.
Oh, no, it's going to pay more than 40 to 1.
I was hoping for 100, but
Oh yeah, I would have guessed 100.
Yeah.
These would be a good prices, right, Chuck?
Remember, it's $1 and at base anyways there.
No, it's not. It's 50 cents.
At Santa Anita, it's $1 base on trials.
Trifectas are 50 cents.
Oh, pissing contest. Let's go.
I think Chris is right, but I had it for $1, but I'm pretty sure I could have had it for.
According to what I just pulled up in the next race, it's $1.
Let's see.
They changed it last year.
Yeah,
It's still
and
that way.
It's $1. I can't bet a 50 cent. I'm looking at. Yeah, look at that. Oldie wins.
So Oldie, you were right about this and about the run-up making the difference in that one race.
The one-up made no difference. Don't even get started there.
And I won Scotty's watch, and David's no longer allowed to bet horses. So
Oh, that exact is only 15 to 1. That sucks.
So at Tampa, I brought this up this morning in the group. I really like this 10 horse Tommaso. I think it has a big shot to go gate to wire. Here at 24 to 1.
Trifecta, 102.
All right.
All right, Price is right. I think I'm in the showcase showdown, or at least spinning the wheel.
You win both rounds? Were you close?
Go to the wheel, not to the showdown. I get it. That I just want my shot at the wheel.
You get dinner with Diane Parkinson.
All right.
That sounds.
All right.
But you might try to spay or neuter your dog too.
Yeah, I have the 10 also, but the 8's going to win because I didn't bet the 8, and when I don't bet Pratt, he wins.
For me,
I will say in my notes, I did make note of the 4 being the only Chad that does not yet have its graded stakes victory in this race. And that's sometimes an angle.
I would just say in this day and age that Drew Carey should just say, help control the people population, spay or neuter your
neighbor.
Human.
Neighbor. That's how, if we're playing match game. Neighbor.
Oh. And I agree. KOC's had a really good day early today. She's had 2 nice, she had 1 bomb, and then she had the 9 in another race because I had that 9 in a double.
I mean, it's definitely, a move up with the 3 having scratched, who was going to be the speed.
Yep.
All right. For whatever anyone cares, not huge dollars. Exacta 8-9, trifecta 8 all 9.
And the 1 Sparkle Blue is actually your defending champion of this race, for whatever that's worth.
Oh, like those ever win again, Skippy. What?
Graham in his motion.
We've seen a day of that.
And as usual, they're going to try to drag this out till they're into Aqueduct's stakes race as well.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were going to say they're going to drag it out until they've hit the minimum guarantee on their pick 4. I don't know if there is one.
There is.
I'm not sure.
There have been minimums on these, Matt, for a long time, except for like really Breeders' Cup days and whatnot. I mean, Santa Anita back in the day used to have $1 million guarantee in the pick 6 every Saturday.
Gulfstream had a guarantee last weekend on the Fountain of Youth.
And but they get there. I mean, when they tell the bettors the money's there, the bettors show up. And so I don't understand why they don't do it more.
Because they don't want to get burned.
I don't know how often
you take out an insurance policy.
And they still get burned. Because that still costs them money.
Somebody in the chat in the group in the WhatsApp chat said that they like Avenue Neal as well, the 2 this morning.
Avenue Neal.
Or Neal, I'm sorry.
Give me another. Will be the next to join. Peninsula to gate 4.
I know Howard liked the 9 here.
Safford Boo, your 7-5 favorite out to gate 8.
So for my hunch play, I took the 8 who I liked, and I played it with Howard's 9 for 2nd and 3rd.
I mean, you guys don't want to call him Triple H. I mean, when I see that, I'm like, Triple H?
Howard's horse handicapping.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things ever. Howard just wears his emotions on his sleeve. He gets invited to the TVG desk next to Todd Schrupp. He's so excited, and he gets introduced as Howard Kravitz, host of the Triple H Racing podcast. And Howard's face just ever so slightly. He just said, no, it's HHH, but you're not going to correct Todd Schrupp in that case. Right. So you just take it and say thank you.
I'm going to describe this as a sub-ideal start.
They stack up top. Also, Avenue Neal, there 1-2. Safford Blue got parked in the 3rd spot with just 1 circuit to go. Pick up Sparkle Blue, who's out at 4th. Give me another. South African Chipper came away 5th, about 5.5 off the top. Gives a turtle silence the black and white colors. Racing at 6th. Let that warm active and NCS followed a victorious dancer. Those 3 at the back. They got 5.5 furlongs left to go in Hillsborough. 23-4, the opening 4 mile line. How do the It's a lot of back stretch of length in front. Damaso in second. Sparkle Blue tucked in toward the end. Third, 2 off the top. Right second, Stafford Moon. The Endeavor Chance. It's the long fourth. Here's an early bid. Eternal Silence starts to move up on the outside. Holding pass right into it. Counts for the lead here. Joel Rosario. Aggressive tactics.
Better than letting that two just
Loves to go in the hills for
walk the dog on the front end.
Now back to second. Tommaso. Sparkle Blue. Stafford Moon is now back fifth. It comes Gimme Another at sixth. Valencia trying to launch outside of stablemate Holiday, who's second last. Victoria's Dancer trails. Eternal Silence. We'll see if this move paid off. Eternal Silence, 3/4, 1:12 3. Leads them around at the top of the stretch of length in front. Avenue DM. Damaso, Sparkle Blue, Saffron Moon trying to get going. Valencia is launching up on the outside. Give me another runners. Still about 5 or 6 lengths behind. Eternal Silence trying to see out. Saffron Moon now coming after her. Here's Saffron Moon charging after Eternal Silence. Give me another, going to follow that move. These two to the 16th pole. Saffron Moon gets the jump. Saffron Moon,
it did not work out.
It did not work out for you. No.
Trying to win back into Valencia. Eternal Silence, Sparkle Blue.
It's amazing what happens when Pratt stays inside and doesn't go 7 wide for no reason. He wins.
Oh man, you have Pratt, you have PDS, Pratt derangement syndrome.
Oh man, he's killing me today. I'm like, especially in the turf, I'm like, okay, he's gonna be good, and then he just decides on that race, 7 wide's the way to go for no reason. Let's let Irad on the inside of me for no reason.
All right, Oli, let's take a gander at race 9 at Aqueduct.
Yeah, right now our horse Moplex is the second choice in the betting. National Identity,
That's not
the
good.
second pick, who was the morning line favorite, by the way, for Danny and his Gargan, is your favorite. I have a note on the Danny and his Gargan horse that it will not go by horses, and that I had that note 2 races in a row.
What happened the second time? Did he?
No.
So after you said he wouldn't go by, he didn't go by.
He didn't go by. So I have that note 2 races in a row for that horse. Where Moplex is tactical and has gone by horses.
Yeah, but he's not getting bet. That's the problem.
That is a major problem.
Yes.
You've noticed that my eyes have been on my phone since we've been looking at this race.
But only the one's been bet.
That's a major problem. Anytime there is a single in pick 5s that I've seen in the chat, when you're not getting bet, you are up against it.
I mean, to me, the logical second choice is the 4, the long shot there.
Doesn't matter who the logical second choice is. You need the winner. You got one.
I'm saying though, my money wouldn't be on National Identity because I have a note that says, no, thank you.
All right, we'll have a leaderboard update at some point. I know, it's fun. I'm texting with Brad Anderson, who had that horse and noticed the same late odds change that I did. Right? It's crazy. 7 to 5, 8 to 5 in the gate, even money out of the gate. It's percentage-wise, that is bonkers territory. That's crazy as a percentage of your profits. My suspicion, and this isn't my unique idea, I do think the NHC this year is going to bring this issue very much to the forefront. I just think I've never seen anything like it in terms of these late odds changes and how severe they've gotten. And my guess is when you get a room full of 600 people all getting screwed over at the same time, it's going to get loud.
Yeah. Brad, he had a hard night.
Ooh, that gave me a good idea for another prop. The late odds screw.
There's another punk rock band name. We've got like a ton of them today, Derek.
Oh.
All right, Oli, let's get this 3 home.
You know what they say, Moplex.
Is that what they say? Really? I've
I
never
don't
heard
know.
it.
Never
You've
heard
never
that.
heard that before?
Flex. Resilient Hero.
What about Cineplex?
King.
That I've heard, but there aren't too many of those left.
No,
Swift
there's definitely not a lot of Cineplex Odeons left.
All right, let's get this
All set.
5 to miss the break.
They're off. Moplex broke outward. Did break quickly. Is in between horses at the rail. Here's Give Me My Theme Music. It's right there with Sky 10. Give Me My Theme Music. It's work to the front. Is now ahead in front.
Did I not see that name?
Forcell is going to be tracking from second. In between horses at Sky 10 and third.
See that name?
Identities with the early paces in 4-4. Across the racetrack early. Just behind them is Swift Magic. Is watching the proceedings from the pit spot. Is 3.5 lengths in front of Soon to Be King. The 2 at the back, Resilient Hero and Corvus. It's a 4-way battle for the front, 23 and 4 with the opening quarter mile. And right there, 3 wide is Moplex. National Identity moves in closer to that leading group. Was well off the rails in the center of the racetrack at the rail. Give Me My Theme Music. In that tight spot is Sky 10. They're still tightly bunched with less than a half mile to go. 47 and 4. We're a half mile time. Right behind them is Swift Magic from 5th, trying to rally on Soon to Be King. Starts to go through the gears from the back end. Resilient Heroes back there with Corvus, the 2 trailers. The leader, National Identity, starts to move in closer. Also trying to rally on is Swift Magic.
Yeah, it looks like 5's going by.
Skytown,
You
National
think?
Identity, and Moplex, these top 2 at the top of the stretch here. And now National Identity, who's in hand. Just slight encouragement from Kendrick Carmuth, but Moplex has come right back from Eddie Franco. Moplex won't give up the lead. National Identity soon to be.
Here comes that 4 I was talking about.
Shoulder to
4 is not going to problem.
Moplex gets soon to be. Can't get there. National Identity with the back in front. Moplex soon to be. Can't get lunging towards the inside. National Identity.
You were saying?
National Identity, the outside, soon to be kicked to the inside.
You're the one that picked the 3.
Third. 21.26 in the gander.
Matt bet the 4.
No, didn't do a thing. But that's frankly, if I did, I would have loved the name on the 1. But I was with Oldie that I thought that 4 had a real shot coming down the stretch, and shit.
Did it actually get up?
I thought so.
No,
I thought so too, but from that angle, it didn't look so much like it.
I don't know what the 1 was doing though. Why was the 1? It has no speed. Why was the 1 trying to get to the lead? That kind of messed up the race to me.
Look how far back he still is. That's crazy.
Yeah, he
I
made.
wonder if these horses are banging into each other. But I thought the 4 got it.
Got it. Wow.
Yeah.
All right, Oldie, I'm sending you $54.
Sorry, guys.
Nice job, Tony.
And the 5 technically did sort of go by the 3, but not like we were, like it looked like it was going to.
I agree with you. That wasn't exactly
First the 4, soon to be King.
full pass.
I mean, coming around the turn, it looked like the 5 was gone.
3, Moplex. The 9, Swift Magic. 4, 5, 3, 9. In race 9. Hold all tickets until race 9. The gander is official.
It's good for the goose.
All right, Anita, what we got here? Everybody's all over the place.
By the way, Torpedo Anna, that race doesn't start till 6:25 Eastern.
Gulfstream race 9, Oldie.
Gulfstream race 9. Now, I want to be clear, this is defended, not defunded. The 1 horse here. And Oscar Gonzalez had an Oscar Gonzalez exacta yesterday at Gulfstream. I don't know if anybody saw that. This looks like another race that you could see melt, though. You have 4 horses on the Gulfstream Dirt within 11 pace points. And Paco's going to the lead.
I like the 2. I like the long shot with Saez.
Yeah, I think that horse has a shot here. Maybe Amy the Butcher, too, for Safi. If that horse gets back to form the way it was in the Miller barn,
Yep.
I want to call him Happy Miller, but his name's Herbert.
I just tell you, as a Miller, I would take it if you called me Happy.
All right. Any relation?
None that I know of. And given that my allergies to horses, I can't imagine he's in the family.
All right. I'm going to go with the 7, Amy the Butcher, to sit right behind those horses and pounce when they stop.
All right, I will agree to play this race if every one of the 5 of us plays a different horse. So,
All right.
who are you on?
I sent via Zell.
All right.
Oldie and who you on?
I'm on the 7, Amy the Butcher.
I'm on the 2.
7-2. All right, Chris, you have to pick someone and bet him.
The 1.
All right, I'll take the piece of shit chalk. Shocker.
Hey, Oldie, did you see Fairgrounds race 9 though? Like, I've never seen a horse with either just a worst morning line ever, but it's a 40-1 shot with an E morning line of 9-5.
No, I did not see that.
Oh my God! It has to just be a.
Well, it's 32% to win too. It's just a bad morning line.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know how they even came up with it. Like the horse was 2 to 5 last time in the same level. Like, did they just write it wrong or like the horse is obviously going to be the favorite?
Did they type it in wrong? And it was even 4-1 doesn't seem right there.
Second choice is on a class hike.
I mean, I haven't looked at the other horses in the race, but
draws the inside.
all the whole morning line is messed up.
Well, that's
Everybody's was anybody like that scratched out lower odds? Because everybody's like 8-1.
Yeah, there was no, there wasn't. 6-1 was the lowest. Everyone was 6 and 8-1 basically.
And they're off.
Well, just out of principle, you can throw out any horse with the word Baytown in their name. So toss the 4.
With her inside, Emirates Fair sets up shop in a stalking roll. She's out in the center. Away 4th is Neom City, followed 5th by Cage and Fantasy. Then it's an improving.
All right, we have 5 horses here, guys.
Back of the field are Singing Sandra.
We only have 4 people.
Yeah, we have 5 horses.
Reward who has the lead. The opening.
Yeah, I'm looking at round box twice. All right, we got 4 horses. Let's go.
It's Timely Reward who leads by a length, or a neck rather, from Emirates Fair pressing the issue. Now she's going to have her issue forced by.
And it's going to be the horse that none of us have, the 6 that wins this
going to make the top 2 quicken up. They've gone 2.5 lengths better than Singing Sandra, who runs into a contending spot.
I'm starting to feel good about my 8. You don't like that?
Back today. Then it's Neom City in front of Sophia Storm and Amy the Butcher. They have less than 5.
Here comes your 2, Derek. My horse isn't running.
Bid is stalled, so Timely
Reward going to have to go very wide.
Either is mine.
The outside. These 2 locked in battle. Neom City runs home far outside. Red Cap off the turn and the stretch.
Yeah, but those are some tired horses. You got a big shot here, Derek.
She'll have to hold off.
Paco's Paco. Come on, 2. Should have boxed it.
Surging to her on the outside. Away time has run out.
I promise I bet the most. I promise I bet the most. That's good. Good result for the team.
Well, I bet $5, so I bet you bet more than me.
All right, so Oldie, I need your Venmo anyway. So send me a Venmo request. I'll reimburse all the bets that you guys just made if you Venmo request me.
No,
I had 900 to win on the 1, so I'll send you my Venmo.
Yeah, I'm completely serious. I just walloped that horse just for the hell of it, and let me pay y'all back. So that was like nothing happened. That was amazing.
Good job.
Nice. All right, are we going to
Sam Anita, probably?
Santa Anita? Yeah.
And we're going to send Matt our Venmo information before we're going anywhere.
I don't even have Matt's Venmo information, so somebody's got to send that to me.
Well, look, I'll say it to the whole world. If people want to send me money, that's fine. Hold on.
People send me money.
Where the hell do you find? Oh, here's me. All right, hold on. Well, now I'll probably start getting DMs like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a lot. You're gonna get a lot of Asian DMs.
At Miller Matt. 2 T's.
At Miller Matt.
Please send Bitcoin.
The Santa Anita race 5. I don't know. Anyone? I guess people are probably gonna like this silver badge, the 9 with Rispoli. I'm gonna go with the 1. I think top choice. No notes in here, right? Has a good
How
word.
did I mess that up?
Who wins the race sim here? The 1 wins the race sim. The 9's close. The 4's coming, and so is the 3 and the 2.
But the 1 is also has the reason why I kind of like the 1 is the 1's also like has the blue arrows. So
The 3 and the 5 have the double blue arrows, though.
Is that a
Yeah.
Blue Arrow winner?
that's what I'm saying. Like that's kind of like that.
That's I'm told by the experts over there that's an unusual sighting. Is a Blue Arrow winner.
Yeah, but when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other blue arrows, that can be somewhat dangerous. And Oli's right, the 3 has a double. God's favor for George and his Papadromo.
Well, you can take your double blue arrow. I'll take my single blue arrow.
Well, go 1, 3. That's a hell of a box there for an exacta.
We've got West Coast bias in the chat here. Come on, Noah.
Yeah, well,
Help us
come
out
on,
on
Noah.
Santa Anita.
Corporate Violet. That trainer, though, I mean, what is the deal with that trainer? The 1?
The combo's 36%.
Yeah, out of how many times? 14.
Hey, don't look at the number. Just go with it.
We got time for a tournament update. Let's check out how these guys are doing.
Tell me Brad and Mike are doing well.
After race 9. All right. A little bit of movement here. Buddy Ryan Petruniak up to first, barely. Carl Broberg, second, barely. Jim Joyce, who was leading before, third, barely. I don't even know. Vincent Tanzo, and now I'm looking for names I know. Neil Thornberry's in 6th. Brad is in 7th with 682. So he's only like 300 out of the money.
The
Not
horses have reached the starting gate. It's post
Valletta with
time.
500
Moving in
bucks.
for the
Still
5th.
very
at the
much
Great
in it.
Race Place.
Tell a spot.
Middle pick 4 starts here.
Yeah, these guys will get a. One of these guys is going to do something.
Derek, does the name Jim Joyce in baseball ring a bell?
No.
He was the one that killed the perfect game at first base many years ago. It was either the Yankee, I think it was a Yankee game where he called the guy safe at first, but he was clearly out.
Clearly
Oh, he's an umpire, you're saying?
Here's
Yeah.
Step It Out.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Chris, how much? What'd you say, $9?
900.
And
In the gate.
Mike's alive to a $100 double in the next. So good luck, Mike.
Good luck, Mike.
Good luck,
Yeah.
Mike.
Looking at a couple of these that are getting restless suddenly. God's Favor, Auditory, Step It Out. And they're off. Girl Can't Help It was off slowly. Corporal Violet and Nida are both out quickly. Here's Step It Out, trying to save some ground. Very keen
That
in
9
Step
is
It Out,
rank right
but
now.
taken under a strong
Step It
hold
Out.
while
That's
moving toward
Joe
the rail.
Jackson, right?
Crypto Crush inches up on the outside of Sparkle Sweetly.
Stepping
That
out.
group is followed by God's
No
Favor.
idea.
Union Heiress
Yeah,
is next.
it's not music,
Auditory
people. You
is
listen
one
to
from
music
the
ever?
rail as they round the
I don't
first
listen to
turn,
any music.
and Girl Can't Help It trails. It will
Right,
be
explain to
Corporal Violet to set the tempo, leading by a length and a half. Nida is a
We
joint
all know
second,
only
passed now
listen
by
to Taylor
Crypto
Swift,
Crush,
so
who moves up and grabs the second spot. Sparkle Sweetly in the green is 3 lengths off the lead.
What are the odds of the
Followed
one when
by
you're
Step
looking
It
at it
Out.
before? 5 to 1?
God's Favor is in mid-pack. Another 2 lengths clear.
No, my
Auditory.
screen says 7-2
Oh,
on
it was
the
5 to
EA
1.
screen
Can't
too.
Help It is
Well,
now
I think he
second
was
to
5 to
last,
1.
and
Yes.
Union Heiress trails. Corporal Violet and Armando Aguilar in control, rounding the far turn. It's a 2.5 length lead on Crypto Crush. They are followed by Sparkle Sweetly, who moves up level on with Nada. In between those two, here's Step It Out on the move.
Here
Step
comes
It Out is
9.
starting to move
Step It
swiftly and
Out.
will need to be even quicker to catch Corporal Violet, who turns for home with a 5-length lead. Step It Out in full flight second. Down at the rail comes Nida in third.
Come
Then
on,
Crypto
1.
Crush. Girl Can't Help It out of last. A 16th to go. Corporal Violet
There
still
you
clear
go.
by more than 3.
Come on.
And it will be Corporal Violet to take them all the way.
There
Well,
we go.
Step It
I
Out
will
much
tell
better
you
than the
that
rest.
odds
Girl
on the
Can't
one
Help It
appear to have
rallied
changed to
belatedly
4
in
to
front of
1.
Crypto Crush.
That was I singled that in the turf pick 3, and I not
Nice.
Matt Miller money, but I had 100 to win on him, so I'll take it.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, look, let's talk about that for a second. That is Matt Miller money. Like Matt Miller money is what it is to you. I mean, it's like if it's a big bet to you, that's a big bet to you. That's really
Number
the point.
1,
It's just
Corporal Violet was
when you hit
first.
something
I know. I'm
like that,
making
36.26 seconds. Second was number 9.
It's a small
Step It
soccer
Out.
bet to me. It's
Finishing
a big horse
third,
race.
5. Girl Can't Help
yeah,
It.
but I mean,
Fourth,
look,
eight,
I can
Crypto Crush.
go find a bunch of people that bet
5-8.
a shit ton more than me, and I'm not going to walk around saying I bet like. Look, I mean, everyone's bankroll is what it is, and you know when you're making a big bet for you, and that feels good when you hit those. Nice job.
I'll take it. Let's see now.
Tampa Bay Downs, race number 10, Oldie.
The Florida Oaks.
It annoys me that I have to do 2 more clicks to do this.
All right, we're off in the race sim.
So Matt, who told you about the double blue arrow? Is that like did Brad tell you that, or?
It was one of the first lessons I took on EquinEdge on one of those Friday shows where someone said, "Oh my gosh, this is a fluke. It almost never happens. You should really pay attention."
That's,
So I did.
yeah.
That would be me.
See, even better when you hear from the man himself. But first off, those shows are great. So I'm assuming a lot of people in here have already been on them, but you learn a lot about, you hear a lot of people saying, I don't know how to use EE. Go to one of those shows. Go to all the shows. You'll learn.
And we're working on some potential new onboarding stuff too, that will automate and give you some tutorials you'll be able to interact with.
All right, I did just receive a really fun. At least I hope this person was kidding. I did receive a reimbursement request from someone other than one of you guys. So I certainly don't think the audience here thought I was reimbursing every bet from the group. Super
Well, mine is super. My Venmo is super obvious.
Funny. If you really weren't serious, that is super funny what I'm looking at. And if you are serious, I'm not reimbursing that, and I'm sorry.
Hey, good try though.
Yeah, got it. But if that's a joke, that's one of the funnier I've seen all day. Just people sending, you said you reimburse my bets. I thought it was take a shot.
Was it from Parker? That's great, Wiz. Is Parker back, guys? I mean, obviously.
Well, he's been. Scotty banned him from the channel.
Oh, really?
He made some comment about Katie
Oh, geez.
Davis.
Oh man, I don't know how you could say. I literally like she rode Skytown today. She did fine. Skytown's not a stakes horse. Give it a chance. But let me tell you, she's ridden that horse and has always given a good ride. She's amazing. She talked to every single owner. Like took a picture with my kids and guys. Like to me, that's what it's about. I bash people for rides, but like she's a great person.
Well, and I've said this: if any marketing person in horse racing had any brains, she'd be the face of something because her energy, and she's a very good rider, and she has star written all over her. Except for you don't have people who know how to market who the stars should be.
No, and they do that jockey karaoke. She crushes every time, like huge energy, and half the time you bring her out as like a backup singer because she just makes them more comfortable on stage. She's a nice special person.
Yeah.
And she is riding. Justin was texting with her. She is riding at Colonial next week for the Virginia Derby festival, we'll call it, which includes the first chance competition. And those are races included in that.
So are you guys all going? I know, I'm sure Matt's going. Are you guys all going out to Vegas?
I am not.
Chris is not, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. I got back-to-back AC weekends. There's no way I could make a Vegas weekend in there. I wouldn't have a family if I did that.
Well, it's a little different than my NHC last year, which was spent in a walk-in closet in a hotel room in Grand Rapids when I was not at the chair competition. Because that's where I was broadcasting with Chris and Justin from.
Nitrogen here is where you guys at with this horse?
It was my single, but I'm out because of Pratt. So I like the horse. So I mean, but I'm not hitting him at 7-5. But yes.
I think he has a big look.
Who else do you like, the oldie here?
I thought Opulent Restraint has a.
Okay.
And I also thought the 3 De Lorraine. Am I looking at the right race? Yeah. And the 6. Did I get that right? Let me make sure I got that right.
Yeah, 6 has the
I'm
speed.
sorry, no, the 1 Smart Union and the 6 Lush Lips.
The 1's 40-1.
Yeah, but beat 62s last time out. It's this group of 68, has tactical speed. Is 1 on the Tampa turf course.
Which one?
The 1 Smart Union. For Grandma's Motion.
I like this 11. I don't know. I mean, I think the 9's the best choice to win, but if you're looking for a long shot, I don't know why in these stakes races, when someone races a horse that hasn't won before, I've seen them win too many times. So I think first time over here probably needed that, almost won, but we're getting 14-1. I'm taking the 11 with the 9.
Patrick likes the 10. Pretty lavish. Undefeated. Gets IRAD. We haven't said IRAD's name much today.
Yeah, that's
true.
Well, that means he's ready to like herd somebody into the wall.
Yeah. Well, Rosario's there, so Paco's not, but Rosario is.
So do you have a word for double players next race? Opinions on Chancer versus Patch Adams versus otherwise, or is that not a strong opinion race for you guys?
For me, it's not a strong opinion race, but the data, as odd as this sounds, is screaming Owen Almighty. It's over a 40% winner with that data profile. Maybe it's the speed of the speed. The morning line likes it.
I like Hill Road the most, but that's who I bet to win because Naira Bets has a bet $50, get 20 back. Take advantage of it is my suggestion.
There's
Patch,
Patch Adams with me. I know that he and I just really developed a love affair for that horse
because of the name or because of the horse?
Because of what that horse did to us. It was just terrible.
So in honesty, I have shares of Patch. That's my one Derby future bet that has not gotten the points yet to qualify. So, I'd like to see Patch win there, but from a long shot standpoint, I'm a little interested in the E long shot Brodeur, who gets a dry track for the first time since it was a first time starter. And I think this horse might have something.
Brodeur?
The Nyquist for Cassie. Yes, butterfly style goalie, Martin Brodeur.
He didn't work well on a dry track.
What did you say?
I mean, he won on what, muddy and wet fast?
Yes.
And how did he do on a dry track?
It was 6 furlongs, though, and he's a 2-turn horse. And that was also first time out at Churchill. So I'm willing to throw that out. And I think the GSR goes up on going the same distance as he did at Oaklawn at 8.5 furlongs.
Chris, the answer to your question is he ran poorly.
Yes.
Yes. That's the correct answer.
I'm happy to just chime in.
When you're advocating a horse going, he's getting onto a dry track and he's going to do well, and he didn't do well.
Us attorneys would say that was a non-responsive objection, non-responsive to the question asked.
I appreciate
good defenses, admittedly.
Chris, when are you going to go walk over to Tampa Bay and get them to let us have the video?
Don't even start. They won't respond. We asked them.
Showing good early speed in the center. Love you anyways. Forward and place.
Good luck, Mike.
Or they're outside. Who's just in front? The straight, trying to work over Celtic Motif from the extreme outside. They bend into the stretch for the first time around. Lush Lips and Opulent Restrict. Celtic Motif going to tuck in just behind them. That's Love You Anyway between Horses Nitrogen. Those top 5 will separate 2.5 lengths. Then another line of 3, Delray, Brion, and Smudge right to that one's outside. After that, find Smart Union down toward the inside. Pretty Lavish is back second last, and this running keep the big long shot is the early trainer. Make their way on the back stretch, 23 seconds flat for Lush Lips and Tyler Gaffney. Here 3/4 of a length.
Not to be mistaken with former Jets wide receiver Lewis Lips.
Just 2 off the top. Here comes 3 up. To the yellow cutters. Delray stays toward the inside from 6, right to that one's outside. Goes Celtic Motif. Pretty Lavish is starting to inch forward with Smart Union. Smudge is second last. Still Miss Rummy Cute, the trainer. 47 seconds with Lush Lips opening half mile. Opulent Restraint still 3/4 of a length back now. Easing a little bit closer here on the outside is Lush Lips still the leader. Opulent Restraint within a half a length. They're 2 clear of Nitrogen, who's pushed along from 3rd. Down along the inside, Love You Anyway is 4th. Delray, Pretty Lavish trying to fire it up to the back. Lush Lips turn for home just in front. It's Lush Lips 3/4 of a length in front of Opulent Restraint in second. Now Nitrogen starting to get into gear on the
Remember,
outside.
Lush Lips sink ships, guys. But he's going to get caught.
Nitrogen on the outside, just in front. Lush Lips with Nitrogen. What is that? Lush Lips was.
There you go, Mike.
I did not have the 6.
No, the 9 one, right?
Yeah.
I know. I didn't have the 6 in second.
What's that will pay for Mike? Let's see.
I bet doubles. That was good.
All right. So that will move Mike up much closer. It'll be 540 for him.
All right, Oldie, let's go over to Oaklawn, race number 8.
Race number 8. Start of the pick 4, late pick 4 there. You have maiden special weights going 2 turns, mile and a 16th here. You have Shepherd for Kenny and his McPeak. I do have a note on Shepherd. He needs significant pace to run into, showed a nice kick. So let's look here and see if we have significant pace for this horse to run into. And it's kind of a maybe. But Fanatical for Mike and his maker, not getting bet at all. Coming over from the Walden barn. That's the one, top win percentage. Just missed last time for Phil and his D'Amato. That looks like a big player to me there.
The 10's being bet.
Slowest horse in the race, at least has the better of the 2 Asmussens aboard. Was working at Fairgrounds. There might be a work in the Oaklawn system for that horse off this layoff. So let me see if I can. I think I can show that, but I don't want to take the chance just in case. All right, February 27th, working with another horse, was on the outside. Not really being asked. That's that 10 of 27 work.
The 10 has a square GSR though.
Yeah, not working all that great, to be honest. The horse to its inside. Tighter grip and doing everything easier. Off that layoff, I probably want to see more there. I like the 8. I think the 3 might have a look as well for Peter Miller, the long shot. There is a negative work. I wish I still had my notes on Oy Javald there because I had some really negative notes on this January 18th work.
I mean, the 10's down to being the favorite now. It's crazy. I'm going
again, though. 2 of the 3 slowest horses in the race early are your favorites. That at Oaklawn, if you don't get the pace to run into, that's a money-making opportunity.
I'm doing an Asmussen exacta box.
I'm doing nothing.
When I'm writing the notes for Oaklawn, I've been talking a lot about how that closing running style is a low percentage play.
It's a maiden race, though. I feel like it's much harder in a maiden race to say who's going to be the speed in this race. Like, you can't tell me that 10 or the 1 is not going to come out and be the speed somehow.
I'm on the 5.
Yeah, I think 5's got to look. I think the 8's got to look. Keep in mind, you got a free square in race 10 with Torpedo Anna there.
And you said you don't like the 2 or you do like the 2? Because the 2 looks...
Yeah, 2's fine. I mean, no, yeah. I took the 2 off. I have that note saying that the 2 needs pace to run into. So I'm going to try to get this in before it goes off. Probably won't. at the rate my inability to key things in properly is going.
That's not supposed to be the hard part.
It is though when you're on here and you're trying to do it at the same time.
It is when you have to click into like little tiny bubbles on your screen while you're trying to make sure you don't make any mistakes.
Back, Sushi Man. Into the outside post.
Liz just said Katie won. Did she win at 23-1 in the last race? Is that what it said?
No, we did. We're ready to go.
Take a quick look.
So I'm gonna look right now.
It doesn't look like it's gone final, but she was on.
Right, tapped into this, and his stablemate Titanium Man was sluggish as the gate popped open in those 2 seconds.
Yes, she did. Good for her.
Boingable coming out of sprint races has the lead into the clubhouse turns. That's the one. Logan Keene outside of him on a hole. He's right there pressing the issue. Concrete Cruiser third with Fanatical to the inside. Gap of 2 to Sushi Man and Kavanaugh. They're next. Brother Tony relaxed in the red jacket. 6 lengths off the pace. 3/4 to Shepard. Another 2 to tap into this. And 5 back to Titanium Man, who's well out of it early. They're down the back.
Two's trying to just rush up in the middle here.
Brother Tony
And now his might not have anywhere to go.
Slow the pace down. Look at Shepard. Shepard is making an early move with Brian Hernandez Jr. was about 7th or 8th around the first turn, and he's up to challenge the leader, Boyga Bolt, who's now asked to quicken by Fernando Hart. Shepard in that second position with the early moves. That's the 1/3, 3 wide going into the turn. He's still going well. Another 2 to tap into this. Tap into this was last early, and he's 4th now, 3 off the pace. Fanatical set the lock. Sushi Man, Concrete Cruiser is done. Kavanaugh is 7 lengths behind. Under a ride. Brother Tony next.
Now the 10 might want to ask his horse here before the race gets away from him.
Again, he's done his day today. Zach's the one is cruising up alongside of Boyd DePaul. And Zach's the one coming down the lane, putting away Boyd DePaul from the inside. Zach's the one. He's green. Boyd DePaul to the inside, trying hard. He's second right now, but Zach's the one. All he's got to do is straighten up, and he's your winner. Zach's the one.
Either way, as long as the 5 stays up for second. But yeah, that's.
Who wins today? Boyd DePaul was second, tap into this third. Fanatical was 4th.
Nice.
All right.
Another horse Justin and I love, Nick Style. Currently 4 to 5 at Gulfstream.
Going to Gulfstream.
Oh, Spirit Wind. That's a great horse too.
And I think our Disaster has a little bit of a look too there.
Or
as a pirate would say it, our Disaster.
I don't think pirates talk that way anymore.
No?
Well, there aren't any more pirates. They talk in like Middle East language.
Yeah, there definitely are pirates still.
There definitely are pirates. They just do not look like they're not wearing funny hats and carrying boa swords and parrots on their shoulders.
They are not.
Well, I do think they should carry those type of swords. And either that or the Pittsburgh Pirates should have to change their logo and mascot to more of like the Somali pirate.
I mean, that's the pirate I'm picturing. I'm the captain now. I mean, that's the kind of pirate I'm picturing these days.
It goes back to the old joke, Matt. I don't know if you know this joke. Pirate walks into a bar with the steering wheel in his pants. The bartender says to him, "Hey, what's with the steering wheel?" Pirate goes, "Arg, ye be driving me nuts."
That's good.
Feel free and spread that around and steal
I could
that.
repeat it right now. I'm the worst joke teller of all time, but that was really funny.
If you couldn't tell, for Matt, dancing is that's his talent.
Yes.
That's also a noted weakness.
The horses are at the gate. It's now
Here we go.
The strength I have is not giving a shit. It's
Exactly.
not dancing.
And that's it's the way to be.
Spirit Wind. The favorite is Nick Style. 7-2 into Champagne. 9-2 on Our Disaster. Early speed in abundance here. Some talented fillies in there for a $165,000 guaranteed purse. Black and white colors of Our Disaster with jockey Edgar and Zayas up.
I think this was Howard's top pick tier too.
Who's that?
At Gulfstream.
Spirit Wind.
The one.
The one.
Good, okay.
Spirit Wind.
Howard we
Zayas
trust.
to take the outside. There, Renegade. They're racing, and the Hurricane Birdie. A bad bobble at the break from Ruthless Rua. An excellent start for Spirit Wind. Look at her fly off. She's a length and a half in front already. Our Disaster.
Okay, but if you're Safi, do you want your two horses battling on the lead?
Uncustomary position. She's third, better than 6
No.
lengths behind.
What do you want? They broke like that. What are they supposed to do?
Do you ever see two Baffords do that?
The pace is quick.
Yeah.
Are they
say
battling?
At Aqueduct, I saw a even worse, a entry 118 battling and killed both their own.
These two have put 10 now on Nick Style, who's now racing in third. It's a gap of
Jesus.
3 more to Ruthless Rua into Champagne, a long
What's
way
that?
behind, and save time as last of all.
43.8.
They passed the 5/16. Spirit Wind has gone off.
They're
quick.
trying to
Leads
go
a
for
half
the
length over Our Disaster in
The
second.
steal.
5
the
ahead
6.5
now.
furlong
Yeah.
world record here, maybe.
This one is going to be flying by us.
Home. Less than a quarter of a mile to go in the Hurricane Birdie. On the outside, Our Disaster is trying to get the leader Spirit Wind, and Nick Style tries to pick off the pair. She's leveling off.
Pick
Here she
off the
comes.
pair.
Nick Style,
Pick him off.
Pick 'em off.
Red,
There you
charging
go. Come
hard,
on.
and up to
Boom.
take the lead.
Howard.
Our Disaster back to
Preemptive
second, the Hurricane
boom.
Birdie to Nick
Howard.
Style.
Boom.
Nick Style wore down. Our
I'm
Disaster
sure I did
came
not have a
off
Matt
the
Miller
empty
amount of
front
money
of
there,
Champagne. Spirit
but
Wind
I
got
did
too soon. It won 16-2.
That was good.
have 50.
Guys, we're having a day.
This is
Jesus.
good.
This is getting out of hand a little bit.
All right, man. We've got the last race of the day. We got 14 minutes to Tampa Bay Derby.
14 or 4?
1-4.
All right, should I go through my notes here on the Tampa Bay Derby?
Go through it all. You got 14 minutes.
All right,
13.
let's start with Owen Almighty. Top Scotty pick, top win percentage, top pace. Wins the race sim. Those horses win 40% of the time. Data loves this horse. I had questions at 2 turns on this horse. I think it answered it relatively well last time out. Morning line also 5-1 versus 3-1 on the morning line. See if I can get a price up here. I cannot right now. Patch Adams, the 7 horse. So what's interesting on Patch Adams is the trouble line mentions a bobble. My note specifically here says did not fire, no visible excuse. So one's right, one's wrong. There, I did not go back and watch. Just making a point there. But did show last time out that this horse needs to be on or near the lead. Cannot, sit back in a position like Hill Road or Chancellor McPatrick are likely to be. With a no visible excuse, if that's the case, that this horse could fire back here pretty hard. Nearly set a track record in the previous race going 1 turn at Churchill. The E top pick, Hill Road, also top SOR. Those win 30% of the time. Both these Chad horses have the same note on it. They're both very pace dependent. I would argue on Chancer as well, and I'll get to that in a few minutes, or in a minute or two here. But there is an E morning line angle a little bit on Hill Road. Hill Road at least showed a little bit towards the end of the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, but really was passing tired horses there. And, when I'm looking for a closer, I'm more looking for a horse that can really close, not needs the pace set up to pass tired horses. On Chancer and on Dancer and on Prancer here, I've heard all kinds of excuses for this horse's effort in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. To me, there wasn't an excuse other than this horse needs pace to run into. And in those Aqueduct races, if you go back and watch them, they were all hot paces with 3, 4. I think one of the races, I think the hopeful was 5 horses trying to get the lead early. And, that's what this horse needs to run into. I just don't necessarily see it here. I've also heard Chad say that maybe this horse needs another work before it was ready. If that was the case, I don't know why he didn't wait for the Florida Derby. Here, I don't know if that's just a built-in excuse already for the horse as well, but to me, 8-5 is too low on this horse, especially when most of these horses in the Champagne and the Hopeful didn't come back and run well and are no longer on the Derby trail. And that leaves me to Brodeur, who, yes, you point out, did not run well the first time out on a dry track, but I think will show more on a dry track here. I think this horse is dangerous on the front end to get away, and I think may be more anxious to get the lead than Owen Almighty might be here. So those were my contenders. I thought the 5 for Chad Summers is a not as good version of Chancer or Hill Road, Filoso. And then Naughty Rascal, the local favorite, didn't show much in the Sam F. Davis here after winning the Pasco by DQ, but lost by almost 5 lengths in that race. And to me, that horse should be like 99-1 here. That's my breakdown and thoughts. Derek, what about you?
So I don't love the race, unfortunately, but I went with the 3. I think you're getting good odds on the 3 right now. And it's just, to me, this race sets up, I can see the 1, the 4, even the 7 going out. And I think the 3 is going to get a good trip. I'm kind of tossing the 2, but I mean, if the 2 beats me, the 2 beats me. I think the 3 and the 2 are going to try to do similar things. One of them, I think, is going to fire. The other one probably won't. So I went with the 3. You're going to get better odds than the 2. So I like Hill Road, and I did Hill Road on top of the 174.
174. Okay. Well, if we watch the race sim, since we still have more time here, we still have 9 minutes.
You get you get Matt's favorite thing. You get the blue arrow of the 2 winning. doesn't look good for me.
Does have the 2 closing hard and the 3. It does think that the 2 is going to be in better tactical position than the 3.
I'm trying to see what the odds difference are, though, right now between those 2.
7-2 versus 9-5.
Yeah.
So for what it's worth, these are 4 critical months in the development of a horse. And I would just say Chancer had an awful lot of talent last year. Didn't do that well in the Breeders' Cup, but otherwise looked like a monster. And if this horse takes a step forward physically, I wouldn't be so fast to throw him out. So for me here, I'm live in doubles to Patch Adams and Chancer. And I'm taking the Little Nick money and betting it to win on Owen Almighty. Frankly, I got decent odds in those doubles, which were nice overlays. And so I don't mind taking a little of the extra profit and covering myself that way. But this is not a super high confidence race. I do tend to look at horses like Patch Adams and Chancer McPatrick and just say, I'm willing to forgive a bad effort. I mean, if these are some of the top horses in the country getting bet down against the other top horses in the country, okay, I'm willing to excuse a race here or there or give them a chance to get better with a little aging.
All right.
This would not be a tournament race for me at all. I mean, this is you could just make too many cases here. I'd be waiting for the next.
You could make too many hats, brooches, or pterodactyls out of this.
Yes.
What about Chris? Is he back with us here?
The 3.
There you are.
Hill Road. Top pick.
Top pick for Chris. Okay.
Chad Brown. Tyler. Good stats.
I will say Owen Almighty might be Irad's best chance to get to the Derby this year.
Owen Almighty is going to run in the Pateo Mile.
That is right. They already said that.
Yes. So.
They already said that.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which means you don't need to bet Owen Almighty to win here.
Why would they?
You know, things like that get said all the time, and then their horse wins the race.
Yeah, when you have a
Things
chance.
change.
Yeah, when it's hard for people. I mean, I got to see what the owner is, but it's hard for when you win, and you can you have the points to go to the Derby. Very few people say no to that.
Unless the horse isn't nominated and they have to pay the nomination fee.
Yeah, but at that point, don't they usually like sell a portion of the horse to get that nomination? That's what I would think you do.
I feel like the last horse that Brian Lynch had like this was Classic Causeway.
My sense is that every single, whoever anybody likes in this race, they're probably okay with their odds. That's a strange occurrence, but I think if you're backing these horses, you probably feel good about what you're getting.
I don't love 3-1 on Owen Almighty.
You think it should be more?
Yeah, I think it should be more like 5. I think it should be more around the morning line than the morning line there. And I'm saying that from the standpoint of if each horse ran its best race, where do you think those odds should be?
Well, my point is, I don't think we know what the best race looks like for some of these horses. My guess here is that Patch Adams runs a hole in them.
Yeah.
And Chris Couples and I are laughing, saying, we knew it the first time we saw him. How did he lose that race? This makes no sense. That's my guess for what happens, but this isn't like a bunch of 50 claimers that bang heads every 3 weeks where you kind of know who they are. I mean, some of these you really don't know, and you just know that they've got an incredible backing and a lot of confidence behind them, so you think. And I don't know, that's what makes these races fun, but I don't love betting the hell out of these races. These guys are all trying really hard, and who knows? But as I look at the odds, I don't feel. No, I don't see it there. But I don't know. 2-1 on Patch Adams. If that was the only horse I was backing, I'd feel pretty good. Same thing with Chancer. I agree. Owen Almighty's a little low, and yet at the same time, Oldie, you sat there presenting a case for a 40% winner. You know, if if you believe your system, if you believe, like, I don't think 3-to-1's a bad price based on the picture you painted.
Yes and no. I mean, I would take 3-to-1. I just think that in my scenario, if everybody runs their best race, I think Oh and Almighty finishes third or fourth. I think 3-to-1's too rich for third or fourth.
Yeah, I agree. It's funny. I mean, and it's, as we're talking this through, I'm looking back at my bets, and I might be making a change.
So Oldie, that 12 that was 40-to-1 morning line is 7-to-5. But there's something weird here because I look at the pick 6. There's nothing to that horse. Even in doubles, I don't have a price to that horse. But you can bet it to win. It seems weird to me. I don't know. Seems that whole race is, I'm not sure what's going on.
Well, I mean, did anybody tweet something to John Dooley or somebody asking?
No. I'm not a
I mean,
fair
not
round.
us. I'm saying, did anybody?
Maybe Justin knows though what's going on with that because it seems is that Fairgrounds. He's a big Fairgrounds guy.
I am going to be taken off for evening plans the second this race is done.
We will also be shutting
Yeah,
down.
we're done. This is it.
Yeah, I'm going to be much faster. It's going to be like, yay, we won, bye.
Where are you going?
Hanging with you guys today. I'm going to get the niceties out of the way. Very fun. Thanks for having me. Hopefully, I'm not repeating too much of the same stale shit over and over, and we're making it fun.
What are your plans? You got dinner plans?
Dinner plans, nothing too crazy. It's just dinner. UFC tonight is terrific, and we're supposed to see tomorrow the Oscar-nominated shorts. I think I've told you before, they do a film reel like that. So we didn't want to see a movie 2 days in a row. So that's why we went yesterday. So tonight's just dinner.
And who is the guy in the last to the UFC?
Alex Pereira. The guy is just a monster. I'd bet him to win by knockout. I'd guess about plus 175 on that. It's not a sure thing, but he doesn't win by submission. This is not going to go the full 5 rounds. The guy he's fighting is quite good, but you know, if they fight 10 times, I think he wins 7 of them this way. And if you're getting those kind of odds, that's a good deal.
Right on. There's your UFC prognostications as we get to the gate here for the Tampa Bay Derby. Looks like it will be a pari-mutuel event this year. Weather is good.
They still have a few minutes to mess that up, Chris.
Yeah. You could have a power outage.
They just had that somewhere, and they ran at the infield board. I think at the Fairgrounds was out.
We are nearing the gate.
I will share a personal memory. While at the NHC a couple of years ago, in the year that Howard Kravitz picked Tappan Trice as his really, really early Derby pick, it was a bit of a euphoric feeling as we had this, future on him and all that. So he won this race in absolutely thrilling fashion. And, we all, for people who bet Derby futures, like this is when you stand up and high five and say, okay, we're in. Like, so it was just a great feeling. And okay, it didn't quite work out in the end, but I want to take the experience back. It was super fun.
All right, here we go, folks.
I like how they get the drone out for this race to avoid the trees.
They had the drone out earlier.
Good luck, Mike.
We're all counting on you.
That just makes me feel guilty rooting for my horse now, but I'm going to still do it.
And our race is on the land over south, Tampa Bay Derby. Got away with the discovery. Owen Almighty to the inside, Verdure flashing good early speed, and Patch Adams wants to join the party up on the outside. Verdure and Owen Almighty, they're 1-2. Patch Adams to the outside, away third. Naughty Rascal, Chancer McPatrick, they're fourth and fifth, just in behind them. Veloso had to tap on the brake momentarily from that sixth position. And Hill Road takes up his spot at the back of affairs early on. So Owen Almighty, Brandon Ortiz Jr. going to cut the corner now, length in front. In the second spot goes Verdure. Chancer McPatrick stays toward
Martine.
That one's outside. They're third and fourth. About 3 off the leaders. They move on the back stretch. Naughty Rascal, Patch Adams looked like maybe got out a little bit there. Lost the spot to Naughty Rascal. Now back to fifth. 23 and 4 was the opening quarter mile time for Owen Almighty, who takes him up the back stretch. So mild pressure from Verdure. Right to that one was outside. They're left in front of Chancer McPatrick. Patch Adams now back in gear up on the outside of Naughty Rascal.
Answer is much closer today.
Yeah.
And Veloso.
It's a compact group.
Seconds flat for the opening half mile. Owen Almighty, Irad Ortiz Jr., Verdure, Jose Ortiz, brothers at war past the 3/8 pole. They're length and a half in front of Chancer McPatrick, who's biding his time toward the inside. Veloso starting to launch up on the outside of Patch Adams. They're racing together out wide. Chancer McPatrick and Anita seam. Owen Almighty brings him around to the top of the stretch. Verdure, Patch Adams 3 wide. Veloso on the far outside. Chancer McPatrick still waiting for that seam to arrive as Owen Almighty turns him in. Owen Almighty to the 8th pole, 2 lengths in front of Chancer McPatrick.
And Owen Almighty is gone.
But Owen Almighty's 3 lengths in front.
So I guess 7-2 would have been a fair price.
The inside. It's Owen Almighty in front. Owen Almighty by 4. Owen in the all.
Hold on for a second.
Almighty wins the Tampa Bay Derby. Chancer McPatrick was second, third with the Hill Road. Patch Adams.
So the data was the one that was correct there.
Yeah.
Finished at 5-2, by the way.
Yeah.
How's that for additional shade?
That horse has no chance in the Derby.
Well, it's not going to be able to go for 48.5.
No. No. Pate mile.
That exacta paid 12-1. So for what it's worth, as we were talking that through before, and then I'm going to run. I had put scraps on this horse, so I had $330 to win on this horse, and at the last second changed my mind and switched it to $215 exactas because I wasn't thrilled with the win price. So obviously, okay, 12-1 on that exacta. I'm feeling pretty solid. That's much better. So thanks for talking me to the horse oldie. Yeah, I agree with you. 5-2, even a 3-1 or 7-2 didn't feel great, but he did exactly what you thought he was going to do.
Got an easy lead, and when you try to put closers closer to the pace like that, they don't always have the same kick.
Yeah. No, I mean, Chancer didn't seem right, and I'm seeing one of my favorite artists, David Barista, in the chat. None of those horses seem good. I kind of agree. Like, none of them look like they just came out and kicked any ass. It just looks like the other. All right. Fun time, everybody. Good night.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We will see you next week. And she week coming up. Oldie, Derek, final thoughts.
I know I'm not. So.
All right. Talk to you later, everybody. Have a good night.
Later, everybody.